Hi there, I'm Ellie, and I've got a story that'll make you laugh, cry, maybe even question your own sanity. But hey, don't we all need that from time to time? So like and subscribe and strap in, because this roller coaster is about to take off. You see, I was born with a slight anger problem, the kind that made me want to karate chop a stuffed animal when I was just 5. Yep, I had anger issues. On a sunny day at the park, 5-year-old me just wanted to have fun on the swings and slides, but things took a different turn.
I'm gonna slide like a penguin. Move it. I'm going first. Hey, no cutting. That's not nice. Do I look like I care?
The bully pushed past me, smirking. Feeling furious, I climbed the ladder fast with my juice box in hand.
You'll be sorry, mister.
I squeezed the box hard, squirting juice straight into the bully's eyes. Then I slapped him and pushed him down the slide, and his nose started bleeding. He started crying like a baby, and his dad came running over.
What is wrong with you? Behaving like a monster? You should be ashamed of yourself.
I picked up a pebble and threw it at him, but it missed him by an inch.
Don't tell me how to feel. You should be thanking me for teaching your awful kid a lesson.
I threw another pebble at him and then ran away. Mom and Dad yelled at me all the way back home. I cried and said sorry. Then I jumped onto my parents and smothered them with kisses till they forgave me. Yeah, I think I'm a kind person in general. I mean, as long as I'm not angry. Fast forward to 1st grade, and there I was, little Ellie, eager to make friends at school. One day during recess, I spotted a group of girls playing hopscotch, and I approached them.
Hey you, I think we should be friends. No thanks. I already have friends.
Well, that didn't go as planned, but I wasn't giving up so easily.
Oh yeah? Well, you haven't met a friend like me.
I started shouting and spinning with my arms spread out like a wild little windmill. I even threw my sandwich on the ground.
I'm fun. I'm cool. And I'll bring snacks to share. So why wouldn't you want to be my friend? Say yes, or you'll regret it. Say it.
The girl hesitated, then let out a sigh.
Okay, fine. I'll be your friend. Please, just stop yelling at me.
And just like that, I made a new friend. Her name was Lucy, and she was the best. 2 years later in 3rd grade, my family told me one day that we had to move for Dad's job. Scared of losing Lucy, I got really angry.
I won't leave Lucy. She's my best friend, and I'm not going anywhere.
I protested by staying in our backyard treehouse, and I refused to come down till my parents changed their mind. We know you're upset, but we have to think about what's good for the family. But when I didn't budge, my parents caved after a few days. I was so happy, I finally climbed down from the treehouse. And I learned that standing up for what matters can make a difference, and that my anger was the best thing I had. It gave me whatever I wanted. What I didn't realize back then, though, was that Lucy eventually figured she could take advantage of my anger issues to get her way too. If she wanted something from someone, she'd come up with a sneaky plan to get me all riled up against that person. Yeah, it always made me the bad guy fighting and bullying people, while Lucy looked like she was the nice, calm friend of a monster. But no one got seriously harmed. As we entered middle school, though, Lucy started doing it more frequently and for bigger things, and I began getting into serious trouble. Like one day, Lucy came to me saying that Mrs. Thompson had called her into her office and said she was giving her a C- on her project.
You know what else she said? She told me that I should get myself a better friend because you're distracting me with all your fights and affecting my grades while you get good grades yourself. She even said that you hang out with me just so you can feel better than me. Can you imagine?
What? That's not true.
Of course I know that. Listen, in today's lesson, I'm gonna confront her about this psychological manipulation. And if she sneezes a lot, it means she's nervous that I've told you everything she said. You know all the teachers fear you,
but Mrs. Thompson is always sneezing because of her allergies.
Yes, but sneezing a lot means she's nervous and she's hiding something. She told us that once, but I guess you forgot.
Lucky you have me to remind you. When it was Mrs. Thompson's class, Lucy gifted her a red nose, and seconds later, when she confronted her about the manipulation, Mrs. Thompson started sneezing like crazy, and I felt furious.
How could you? I thought you were a nice teacher, but you're just like the rest.
And with that, I pushed her hard. She fell down and screamed in pain. While everyone's attention was focused on me, Lucy sneaked into Mrs. Thompson's laptop and changed her own grade on the project. Mrs. Thompson broke her arm, and I got suspended for 3 weeks. My parents were furious with me and insisted that I tell them exactly what happened. When I did, Mom said that Lucy was the manipulative witch here. I yelled at her and didn't talk to her for days. How could she say that about my BFF? Days later, I visited visited Lucy, and her mom opened the door and looked at me like I was some cockroach. You again. What do you want? I heard what happened with Mrs. Thompson. Why can't you be a normal human being? Poor Lucy, she almost failed her project because of you. What? Yeah, you're crazy and you're affecting my child. She'll end up failing all her classes because of you.
Why does everyone keep saying that?
Because it's true.
Hey, listen, you silly woman.
I was about to scream at her when Lucy showed up and pulled me inside her bedroom.
Please, Ellie, you can't talk to Mom like that no matter what she says. But I'm a good friend and I forgive you. Now calm down, girl, and take the Snickers bar. I know it's your favorite candy.
Lucy had clearly been spreading lies about me, but I was too blind to see it back then. And when I returned to school, things were a bit different. A new girl, Isabella, had joined our class. She was rich, pretty, and quickly became popular. Lucy seemed annoyed by her existence, but she seems like a cool girl to me. Till one day, Lucy and I saw Isabella walking out of the bathroom, and I noticed a marker in her hand. Lucy went in to use the bathroom as I waited in the hallway, but moments later, she came out, dragging me back into the bathroom with her.
OMG, you gotta see this. You won't believe what Isabella wrote about you on the door. It's totally her handwriting.
I'm so done with this annoying psycho Ellie. She's always bullying everyone. I want a peaceful, calm school that I can brag about to my rich friends. I offer $1,000 to anyone who can get rid of her. DM me on this Instagram account if you're interested. What a stupid, ugly witch. Furious, I stormed over to Isabella. How dare you write that about me on the bathroom door? I saw you with that marker, so don't you dare lie to me. Ellie, seriously? I had a marker, but I was working on an art project. I didn't write anything about you. Oh yeah? Well, Lucy seems to think it's in your handwriting, and Lucy said that? Okay, you should stop listening to that friend of yours. She's just using you like a puppet. Can't you see it? For some reason, Isabella's words struck a chord with me, like she just said something out loud that I kinda already knew. But I quickly brushed my thoughts away. You don't know anything. Just leave me alone. But Isabella didn't leave me alone. She'd always make an effort to talk to me and waved at me with a smile. I started warming up to her and we got closer. But that drove Lucy crazy. One day during lunch, I was sitting with Isabella, laughing and chatting, when Lucy stomped over angrily.
Ellie, how could you ditch me for Isabella? After all we've been through together?
Just calm down, will you? I'm not ditching you, just spending time with Isabella. We can all be friends, you know.
Are you for real? How dare you replace me?
And with that, she pounced on me. I didn't want to fight her, so I just pushed her away, but she grabbed my hair again. Luckily, someone called a teacher and Lucy got detention for 2 weeks. And I swear, those were the best 2 weeks of my life. Things were calm and peaceful, and I didn't have a single fight with anyone. Isabella even convinced me to start getting therapy for my anger issues, and I felt really good about it. Then one day, Isabella told me something. Hey, Ellie, yesterday when I got back from school, I was shocked to find Lucy in my house. I asked her what she was doing there, but before she could reply, her mom showed up. She's our maid. I swear I had no idea. She said she'd brought Lucy over to help her clean the kitchen before Christmas. Oh, yeah, I know that her mom works as a maid for you, but we never talk about it, because I don't want to embarrass her or anything. But I don't have a good feeling about her suddenly being in your house. She might be up to something fishy. So we decided to keep an eye on Lucy that afternoon, and we watched from a safe distance as Lucy's mom gave her instructions to clean. But just a few moments later, after her mom left, we heard a loud crash, followed by Lucy's scream. We rushed to find Lucy lying on the floor with a broken shelf and scattered kitchenware around her. We tried to help her up, but she screamed in pain and couldn't move. Just then, Lucy's mom and Isabella's parents came running too. Oh my God, what happened?
Oh, Mom, I was just reaching for something on the shelf, but it was unstable. It just all came crashing down on me.
Lucy's mom turned to Isabella's parents furiously. This is all your fault. You knew this shelf was broken and you never bothered to fix it. I told you so many times. Now my daughter is injured because of your negligence. I'm gonna sue you for this. You'll pay for the harm you've caused my daughter. Isabella's parents tried apologizing repeatedly, but Lucy's mom didn't listen to a word and called an ambulance to take Lucy away. I couldn't help feeling sorry for Lucy, although I was almost sure she'd hurt herself on purpose to cause trouble for Isabella and her parents. She probably hadn't expected it to be this bad. And sure enough, the injury was very bad, and Lucy couldn't walk for a few months. A few days later, the teacher planned a visit to Lucy's house for the class to cheer her up. But the moment moment we entered Lucy's room, she went ballistic, calling me a horrible friend who'd betrayed her and calling Isabella bad names too. I was feeling angrier by the second, but I tried staying calm. Just then, Lucy's mom walked in and she started calling me a bad friend too.
Are you here to hurt my Lucy even more, Ellie? You've made it obvious whose friend you really are. But be aware, Isabella, I'm certain she only chose you because you're rich. Ellie has always been a bad, rotten egg.
Suddenly, I just snapped. I jumped at Lucy's mom and she fell back and hit her head on the floor. Everyone looked shocked, and I knew I'd messed up big time. I ran out crying. When Mom found out about it, she was so mad. Ellie, I can't believe you attacked Lucy's mom. She called me, threatening to contact Child Services and telling them that you need to be put in some rehab center because you're a danger for other people. I honestly felt terrified hearing that, and my first instinct was to lash out and scream in my defense. But instead, I took a deep breath and thought of my friendship with Isabella, and it helped calm me down. Mom, I know it was wrong, and I'm really sorry. I'm working on controlling my anger. I'll be better, I promise. Mom looked really surprised and then nodded, but she still took my phone away and grounded me for a month, and I didn't protest. I knew I deserved that. Back at school, Isabella told me Lucy's mom was going ahead with the lawsuit, and I really wished there was something I could do to help. Lucy or her mom wouldn't listen to a word I'd say. But then one day, I was in the school's bathroom when someone knocked on the stall door. It was Lucy's mom.
Ellie, I need to talk to you. I've been reading Lucy's diary, and I've discovered the truth about her actions. She's been using your anger issues to her advantage. I sometimes had a feeling that something was off with Lucy's behavior, but I never knew for sure.
Are you still gonna sue Isabella's parents or report me to Child Services?
No, I just wanted to apologize to you, and I won't be causing you or Isabella's parents any more trouble. I'll also get Lucy the help she needs. We might even move to another town and live with my sister if it means Lucy can get better therapy. I'm so sorry for everything, Ellie, and I want to thank you for being a good friend to Lucy, despite everything.
With that, she gave me a quick hug and left. I felt tears pricking my eyes. I was kind of sad I wouldn't get to see Lucy again, but I also felt lighter and free. Moments later, Isabella walked in. Ellie, everything's gonna be okay. Isabella hugged me tight, and for the first time in a long while, I felt like everything would be okay. Hi, I'm Alicia, and I'm about to tell you how I met the love of my life. But before we get into that, please like and subscribe to MSA. If there's one thing you have to know about me, it's that I wasn't an ordinary little girl. Being raised by a single father who was an ex-army officer does that to you. I had rules, discipline, and responsibility drilled into me since I was very young. And growing up, I found other kids my age really immature. I don't know why he'd break up with me. I wore the clothes he liked, woke up at 5 every morning to do my hair because he liked them curly, and pretended to love watching wrestling. Excuse me, but I need to get that muffin. Can't you see that I'm crying? My boyfriend just broke up with me. Aw, I'm so sorry. You know, it reminds me of the time my dad took me for this obstacle course, and I twisted my ankle so badly, the doctors told me I'd never be able to walk again. But I didn't lose hope, and here I am. How is that the same thing? It's not, because that was an actual problem, but yours is just a bunch of high school nonsense. Now move your butt, please. Needless to say, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I didn't care either. My life was all sorted out. Graduate school, get into a good college, work, and retire. But then I turned 18 and met Arthur. He was a transfer student from Greece, and boy was he dreamy. The first time I met him was in gym class. We were playing catch, and I was so lost in looking at him. I totally missed the ball, and it hit me right in the face. I fell on my butt, and Arthur came running.
Are you okay? You're bleeding.
It's nothing. I'm used to much worse. On second thoughts, I might need a doctor. Arthur smiled and carried me to the nurse's office. The entire time I was there, he sat next to me, and later he dropped me home. We became friends after that, and slowly I fell for him. He was smart, mature, and sweet. If there was one guy I wanted to date, it was him. So I decided to ask him out, except I didn't know how. So I turned to MSA for help, and it did not disappoint. Rule number 1, never let your crush know you're interested in him. Avoid eye contact and do not speak at all. The next day, when Arthur waved at me in the hallway, I wrinkled my nose and turned away. He sat next to me in class, but I didn't pay any attention. But then in the cafeteria, he caught up with me.
Are you avoiding me?
Me? Avoiding you? Oh, don't be silly. I was just really busy thinking about global warming and how it's impacting the fish population. Oh, that reminds me. I have to water my fish. My plants. I'll see you around. And I just ran before I embarrassed myself further. After that epic failure, I turned to step number 2. Dress up nice and behave like a total diva. I went shopping, picked up a bunch of dresses, and the next morning, it took me 2 hours to get ready. I thought I looked great, except the moment I entered, everyone started pointing at me and laughing.
Oh my god, why is she dressed like a peacock?
What is that on her face? Did someone finally punch her for being a know-it-all? I was so embarrassed. I immediately turned around and ran for the bleachers. I was still sulking when Arthur walked up to me.
If you rub your lips anymore, they're gonna fall off.
This lipstick won't come off. Ugh, it's so annoying.
Let me help you. Also, I'm not saying you don't look good with makeup, but you actually look way prettier without it.
Really? Does that mean you'll go out with me?
Are you serious? I wanted to ask you out for the longest time, but everyone in school told me you're a cold-hearted witch. Cold-hearted girl who hates people.
That's not true. I hate dumb people. There's a difference. So, you and I, dinner tomorrow?
I'd love to.
My first date with Arthur was perfect, and he told me that his parents were divorced like mine, and he lived with his mom and 9-year-old brother Charlie. We started dating soon after, and spent all our time together. People in school were also nicer to me, since I was Arthur's girlfriend, and even Dad liked him a lot. Life was just better with him in it, until things started getting weird. Some days he would come to school looking like a half-dead zombie, and other days he would skip school altogether. His grades were slipping, we were barely seeing each other, and I knew something was wrong. So one day when he canceled our date, I went to his place with his favorite ice cream. But when I knocked on the door, some kid opened up. Hi, you must be Charlie. Is your brother around?
Is that ice cream? Give me it!
Hey, that's not very nice. Say, ma'am, could I please have that tub of ice cream? Repeat after me.
Sure. Ma'am, give me the ice cream or I'll kick you.
And Charlie kicked me on my shin, snatched the tub, and ran away. As I yelled out in pain, Arthur came running downstairs.
Alicia, why didn't you tell me you were coming?
When would I tell you? You hardly talk to me these days.
I know. I'm sorry. It's just that Mom's getting married again. The guy doesn't want Charlie in his life, and Mom loves her stupid boyfriend so much that she decided to move out, leaving me in charge.
Why wouldn't you tell me that before?
Because it's embarrassing, and I didn't want to drag you in my mess.
I'm already a part of your mess, and we'll get through it together. Okay, I know that was a bit cheesy, but Arthur looked like he was gonna break in a million pieces, and I really wanted to help him. Besides, how bad could a 9-year-old be? Turns out a lot, because Charlie was a total devil. He would cry over the smallest things, throw tantrums if he didn't get his way, and would constantly butt into my dates with Arthur. We hardly spent any time alone. I was pretty sure he just hated me. Like one time, I was waiting for Arthur in his living room, and Charlie kept giving me death stares. Something on my face?
I was just trying to figure out how someone can look like a horse and a camel at the same time.
That's kind of mean, Charlie.
And you're kinda ugly. Anyway, have fun on the date. It won't last long.
And 10 minutes into the date, Arthur got a call from the babysitter that Charlie had locked himself in the washroom and we had to run back. Then another time, it was Dad's birthday and I had planned a really cool surprise for him. I'd invited all his old friends from the army. Arthur helped me deck up the place and I was arranging the cake when Charlie walked up to me.
Oh, wow! This cake looks yummy! Give me a piece!
Only after my dad cuts it.
But I'm hungry now!
Then eat something else. There's a whole pizza on the counter.
Are you stupid? I said I want the cake!
Charlie tried to get the cake, but I got in his way. He shoved me away, and I accidentally knocked into the cake, which crashed to the floor.
Whoopsie! Guess no one gets to eat it.
What happened? I heard some noise.
Your brother ruined my surprise.
I just asked her to give me some cake.
And I asked you to wait.
Relax, Alicia. We'll get a new cake. I'm sure your dad won't know.
That's not the point, Arthur. Your brother is a spoiled brat. He needs some discipline. You put that kid on a leash, or I swear I will.
He's my brother, not some dog I can put a leash on. I know he made a mistake, but he's just a kid. You know what? We'll just leave. We wouldn't want to ruin your evening any more than we have.
Perfect. Arthur took Charlie's hand and they left. I wanted to stop them, but I was too mad. Later that night, when I calmed down, I realized I might have been too rude and called Arthur up, but he didn't answer. He didn't even show up to school the next day, and neither did Charlie. So I went to his place to talk to him and saw Charlie crying on the porch. What's wrong?
Arthur wasn't here when I woke up this morning, and I don't know where he went.
Did
Did you call him? He left his phone behind. Then why didn't you answer when I called? Anyway, don't worry. We'll find him. But till then, you're coming home with me. No, I don't like you. You don't have to like me. But I'm not leaving you alone till Arthur gets back. So annoying. We waited the whole day for Arthur to show up or get in touch, but he didn't. By nightfall, I decided to sleep in the lounge and offered Charlie my room. If you need anything. The next morning, Arthur was still a no-show. I couldn't reach his mom either. And then remembered he told me she was out of the country on her honeymoon. Next, I asked his friends and colleagues, but none of them knew where he was. Eventually, I contacted the police, but even a week later, they had no news of him, and I was worried sick. What could have possibly happened to him? Meanwhile, Charlie refused to go to school or shower. He mostly kept himself locked in my room and reacted rudely to any nice gesture I made. I was losing my mind. So I turned to Dad for help, and he promised he'd get a word out to his colleagues in the army to track Arthur down. I still don't know what to do with Charlie. He shuts me down every time I try to talk to him.
He's been through a lot, Alicia. What he needs is some distraction to keep his mind off things. After your mom left, you were all over the place. That's why I built such a strict routine for you, so you wouldn't have time to think about her. Maybe you should do something similar.
I decided to give Dad's advice a shot, and the next morning, I walked to Charlie's room and woke him up. Get up, we're going out. Is Arthur back? No. Then let me sleep and go away. Nope, you're getting up right now. Charlie resisted, but I dragged him out of bed, and somehow we made it to the bus stop. He kept cursing me the whole way, but I didn't care, and minutes later, we were at our destination. The paintball arena. I'm not going in there. Why? Too chicken to lose? As if you're on. Charlie and I had a great time at the paintball game, and it was the first time I actually heard him laugh. Afterwards, we went to a trampoline park and jumped our hearts out. By the end, he was so tired he could barely walk, so I called a cab and took him to my favorite burger joint, but he just stood at the entrance and stared. What, you don't like burgers? No, it's just that this was my favorite place to come with my mom. Every weekend, we'd come here and play our favorite songs on the jukebox machine. And now, she doesn't even call me, and Arthur's left me too. Arthur will be back in no time, I promise you. He loves you a lot, Charlie, and no matter what, we'll always be here for you. You too? Yes, me too. Charlie cried and hugged me tight. For the first time, I saw him as a heartbroken kid who just wanted his family back. Since then, Charlie warmed up to me. We'd have breakfast together, and he would always make my bed when I got home from school. He was a lot calmer and hardly threw a tantrum. I couldn't wait for Arthur to come back and see how much progress Charlie had made, but we still had no leads on him. I wanted to be strong, but with each passing day, my hopes of ever seeing him again were getting dimmer, and it broke my heart. Finally, one night, I broke down in front of Dad. I don't think Arthur's coming back, Dad. It's been weeks, and no one knows where he is. If he was in town, we would have found him by now. And Charlie, he's lost his mom and might lose his brother too. What can I even say to him? What? I turned around and saw Charlie standing at the door. You've been telling me all along the police will find him. You said you were sure. No, I'm sure he's fine, Charlie. I was just... Stop lying! Why do all grown-ups lie so much? I hate you! All of you! And Charlie just ran out of the house. Dad said he'd go after him, and as I was sitting in the kitchen in despair, the phone suddenly rang. It was the police, saying they'd found Arthur in a hospital close to town. I rushed to the location and texted Dad on the way. The doctors at the hospital told me that Arthur was brought in a few days back by the forest rangers. Apparently, he went on a hike and got injured, and since then, he'd been in a coma. I was sitting next to him when Charlie walked in with Dad. How is he? He hit his head, but he's out of danger. Doctors say there's a very good chance he'll be just fine. Charlie, promise me, no matter what happens, you and I will never fight again. I promise. I will never scream again, and I will always be a good brother. He will wake up, right?
What do you think?
Hey guys, I'm Ashlyn, and I lived with my mom and 2 siblings in Atlanta. And I have superpowers. Hang on to see why. My mom was a famous businesswoman in the city. She was from a filthy rich family and considered herself royalty. She carried herself like a queen and made sure my siblings and I behaved that way too. From the way we spoke, dressed, or even our posture, everything needed to be perfect. But because of my superpower, I couldn't get anything right.
Mom, I'm sorry. I was just squeezing the ketchup. I didn't know how it ended up in your face. It's not my fault. He threw the ball at me first. He ducked and it shattered the window. Yep,
Being the clumsiest person on Earth was my superpower. Sometimes, I even felt if I was bubble wrapped and kept in a corner, I would still end up breaking things. My siblings used to bet on how many times I'd trip over myself or drop something. Like once at the dinner table, I got the hiccups and they started giggling. Just wait, she'll break the glass.
No, I think she'll break the glass and the jug.
And sure enough, my sister won. But in the process, Mom was drenched in water.
It's okay, Mom. It's just water. Let me help you dry this.
I'll bring a fan. Oh, the fan isn't here.
Okay, that napkin will work.
When I pulled the napkin, it dropped the candle stand on the table mat, and in seconds it started burning. I quickly put out the fire with the curry.
Oh, phew. Hiccup's gone and the fire's out. All good now.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Just stop it, Ashlyn. How could you be so careless? Every time you're around, it feels like a disaster is waiting to happen. Always finding ways to ruin everything in my life. Such bad luck. It's like you're a curse in my life.
but Mom, it's not like I did it on purpose.
Just get out and let me have my dinner in peace. And all of you are fired.
Mom's words really hurt me every time. But thank God I had Annie, who was my nanny, but she was so much more to me. She tucked me in bed, told me stories, and hugged me. Things my mom never did. I shared everything with Annie, and when she saw me crying, she asked me what was wrong.
Annie, Mom's always angry with me. She doesn't like me.
I don't know why things themselves fall even when I don't touch them.
Oh dear, don't cry. You know you have superpowers, so things just move around. It's not your fault. And don't worry about your mom. She loves you. Just be a little more careful.
Yeah, I know. Annie tried her best to make me happy and told me how Mom was just overworked, but actually loved me loads. But Annie didn't know that years ago, I had found out the reason Mom resented me so much. It was because Dad had left her for a maid working at our place, just 2 days after I was born. And since that day, Mom saw me as her bad luck. I tried not to let it get to me and focused on my studies, but I wasn't very good at that either. But still, I tried. I really wanted to win Mom's love because seeing her with my siblings made me feel like I wasn't even a part of the family. One time, when I was around 17 and on summer vacation, Mom had a launch party for her new business.
Please, just spare me the embarrassment and stay in your room. Order pizza, watch MSA videos. Just don't ruin my party.
Mom was always keeping me away from the fun things she did, and I was curious, so I decided it would be fun to just peek at the party. The moment I saw the guests dancing, I decided to join them, and it was then that I tripped and fell on a table. Mom was furious. Before she could even say something, Annie came running and started to clean the mess I had made.
You ruined! Ma'am, I got it. Please, don't be angry at Ashlyn.
Mom forced a smile, and I thought she'd let the matter go. But I couldn't have been more wrong. When I woke up the next morning, I learned from the other servants that Annie was fired. Mom could call me bad luck and whatnot all she wanted. But firing Annie? That was the limit. Mom, that's not fair. It was my mistake. Why did you fire Annie? She was the only one that cared about me in this big house of yours.
What? She was just a maid. It was her job to take care of the house and you.
I can't take it anymore. You're heartless. I won't live here a minute longer.
You want to leave? Fine. One day out in the real world, you'll realize how much you take for granted. I want to see you try.
You're not serious.
In fact, I am.
I left the house in a haze and found myself standing at Annie's door. When she saw me, she was worried and tried to send me back, saying how mad my mother would be. But I was determined, and eventually, she invited me into her small house.
Have a seat. You must be hungry. I'll get you something to eat.
Yeah, I'd like that. But as I sat on the chair, I ended up stuck. Just then, I heard a girl laugh.
Bet you never used a chair like that before.
No, I didn't. She helped me up and then introduced herself. She was Michaela, Annie's sister, and she was as nice and welcoming as Annie. I really liked their cozy home, even though the things were old and some were even broken. At night, I slept peacefully on the couch, which was far better than my luxurious mattress. But old habits die hard, And the next morning, when I told her I wanted an omelet with a fresh fruit smoothie and a pancake, hearing my words, she looked stunned. Your Highness, this is not your palace, and I'm not your servant. Serve yourself. I'm so sorry. I don't mean it. I can do it myself. But could you please tell me the thing that works like a grrr? What? I just forgot the name of the thing that was used for smoothies. Ah, a blender. Princess, here it is. She left me, and after watching a bunch of videos on how to cook an omelet, I couldn't make it and ended up burning my hand. Michaela came running when she heard me scream. Like, why did you even come here? The real world is a difficult place to survive. I don't know why you would give up such a chill lifestyle for this. Yeah, it might be kinda tough, but I'm confident I can work it out. She was kind enough that she made me breakfast and fed me herself. And in no time, we became friends. It had been several days, and although Mom was angry, I still hoped that my being gone would make her realize my worth. But she hadn't called me once, like I didn't exist to her. One day, when Michaela saw me sulk, she suggested we do something fun. I was totally up for it. We ate popsicles and cotton candy, which had previously been a big no for me, and even rode a bicycle. And it was just one more thing where I ended up with bruises all over my legs that I got by falling several times off the bike. A few days later, the summer vacations were over, and Annie got me into Michaela's school so I could finish my final year of high school, since I didn't want to go to my previous one where I would have to face my siblings and even Mom when she'd come to drop them off. On my first day, everyone looked surprised to see me. I guess I might have overdressed. Ugh. Oh wow, Michaela, who is she? She looks so pretty. I love that fragrance she's wearing. All of them were really sweet, and everyone gathered around to chat with me. You have a Gucci bag? Is that a real one? No, thrift store. She bought it from there. You want to fit in or stick out like a sore thumb? Fit in? Good. So from tomorrow, don't dress like you're modeling. Michaela was right. I needed to blend in, so I bought new stuff for myself. Things were going well at school, like really well. I even made friends and started to do well in studies. One day, we were walking down the hallway and I noticed a poster for a speech competition with the topic self-esteem. Michaela suggested that I should participate. I decided to give it a shot since it would be the perfect opportunity for me to voice my ideas, something I couldn't do much around Mom. I worked hard for weeks on my speech, practicing in front of my friends. I was still nervous, but I was determined to do my best. On the day of the competition, I kept my eyes on Michaela and Annie as I stepped onto the stage. I was so relieved when I finished my speech, and I knew I had done a good job. The judges were impressed and announced that I was the winner. I was so shocked and excited. To my surprise, the guest of honor was the mayor, and he took a picture of me with the other winners. My picture was in the newspaper the next day. Just a few days later, as I was lost in the pages of my book, Michaela came running and told me how she'd seen my mom go to the principal's office. My heart raced with excitement as I thought maybe finally my mom was proud of me and had come to my school. But then I heard my mom's voice from down the hall yelling at the principal. I gave you permission to give her admission, but that didn't mean you could use my name to publicize your school. Putting her picture in the paper and mentioning she's my daughter was a publicity stunt, right? This school runs on my donations. Do you have any idea how humiliating that is? Mom, why are you saying this? I thought you'd be happy, but all you care about is your name? My mom just gave me a nasty look and walked away. At that moment, it finally sunk in that I'd never be enough for her. I was done trying to make her happy. I was done trying to be someone I wasn't. I went to school the next day like nothing had happened, like my heart wasn't breaking. Throughout the day, Michaela and my friends tried to cheer me up. She asked if I could come and watch them practice their cheerleading routine. I'm glad I did because she did a backflip and landed smoothly on her feet. It was amazing. OMG, I can't believe it. I did it. Yay, I did it. Oh, Ashlyn, girl, you are like my lucky charm. You know, I've been trying this routine since like forever, and I could never get it right. Today, you came and I nailed it. Awesome. Congratulations, Michaela. Hey, what happened? Why are you crying? I've been called bad luck my whole life. No one has ever called me their lucky charm. Luck isn't something you're born with. It's something you create. If you focus on the good things in life, you'll be lucky. I stayed with Michaela until we graduated. Then she got a scholarship to a big university while I applied to business school and got in. I was stoked and couldn't wait to start my journey of becoming a business professional. I was in my 3rd year of college when one day, Annie told me how Mom wanted to see me. The company was failing. What? After all these years, she remembers she has a daughter, only when her company is going into the ground? Forget it. But Annie said Mom was sick too and kept insisting I visit her. But I just didn't want to. A few days later, Annie asked me to accompany her for shopping, but she had another idea. And before I knew it, she had driven me straight to Mom's house, and I was so angry.
I get why you're mad, but she's still your mom. I know she was mean to you, but Ashlyn, don't let the anger take over. You are better than her. Please do this. For me.
Fine, I'm doing this just for you. When I stepped in the house, I couldn't believe my eyes. Mom was sitting in a chair and she looked so weak. The moment she saw me, she had tears in her eyes. It turned out that my brother and sister had both taken their shares of the company and left Mom.
Ashlyn, is it you? I am so sorry. I was so wrong about you. I always treated you wrong, called you bad luck. Please, forgive me. I was such a bad mother to you.
Mom, you don't have to say that.
Please, let me. I was so wrong to blame everything on you. Can you forgive me?
I don't know if I can right now, but I'll try, Mom. I'll really try.
And I'll spend every day of my life trying to make it up for being like I was to you.
Then Mom and I hugged. She apologized to Annie and thanked her for always supporting me. Mom told me everything about her business and I decided to help her. I spoke to her lawyer and got to know that to save the company, we would need a merger with some big company. I started working there day and night and bagged a meeting with a big company. On the day of the meeting, I was feeling confident and engaged in the discussion. Suddenly, I dropped the pen and it went rolling under the table. Why do I have to be so clumsy? Oops, I'm sorry. Silly me. It's like I have butterfingers. You know what? I'm gonna go.
Come on. Happens to the best of us. We understand. It's just part of being human. If it had been my mom, she would have screamed at me.
After that, the meeting went awesome, and they told me they'd let me know about their decision. At home, I told Mom everything that had happened, including dropping the pen. She looked unhappy, but right when she was about to say something, the phone rang. Oh my God, we got it! We got the merger! I knew it. I knew you could do it. This calls for a party. Mom threw an awesome party by the poolside. Everyone was having fun until Mom got a call, and her face suddenly changed. I followed her inside the house and saw my brother and sister were there. What are you two doing? Get out now or I'll call security.
You can't really own this house anymore, can you? It's impossible. You ruined the business. Oh God, did you trick Ashlyn into helping you? We'll tell her the truth. What truth could you possibly tell her?
That you were never sick, Mom? That it was all an act to make me save your business? I knew all along. Mom's jaw dropped and my siblings were left speechless.
You knew? But why did you still help?
Because someone very important to me told me I'm a better person than you. I turned around with a newfound confidence and walked away, leaving Mom behind.
3 months ago, I was home alone when someone rang the bell of my house. My parents were not at home, and I haven't invited anyone else. So I wondered whether I should open the door or not. My friends never come unannounced to my house. It was 10 p.m., so it was dark and quite creepy. Yet I was extremely curious to see who came to visit me late that night. Finally, I decided to check who it was. I opened the door and saw a young and especially handsome man. I was stunned. I truly believe that this was the mysterious prince that I have been waiting for all my life. In just 2 minutes, I came up with hundreds of theories of why he is here. Can you relate to the imagination of a 20-year-old single girl? Nonetheless, I wasn't able to say a word. I was overwhelmed by his tall figure and deep blue-eyed look. So we both were just looking at each other. And you won't believe what happened next. Before I continue my story, I'd like to remind you to like and subscribe to My Story Animated to follow the rest of my adventures. My mysterious prince introduced himself. However, he came with the lamest excuse on the planet. He said, "Sorry to bother you, but my tire blew out. Are you alone or is there anyone that may help me?" I guess he was referring to my dad or another stronger figure. Anyhow, here's when I got scared. Reality hit me and I suddenly became aware that he can rob me, kidnap me, or even do something worse. And I am sure that he noticed the change in my attitude. I was as pale as a cloth. To calm me, he took a step back on the porch and decided to spill the truth. He said, "I'm not going to hurt you, but I need you to listen to me." I was about to slam the door in his face, but something kept me waiting. So I decided to hear what he had to say. He began the story by explaining that he was looking for me for months. However, he didn't want to scare me, so he came by as a random stranger at my door. I almost fainted when I heard this. Was he a maniac? A psychopath who has followed me for a long time? No, he was my long-lost brother. What a turn of events. All my life, I believed that I was the only child. I never had anyone to share my secrets or even fight with. My parents were always spoiling me, as I was the only center of their attention. Can you imagine the emotions I went through when I heard this? A brother? A 24-year-old, tall and handsome brother. Anyhow, the story gets even more complicated. I finally decided to invite my brother inside. We were talking for 2 hours, but he didn't want to share the story of how we were related, at least not until my parents came home. I could notice the confusion on his face. He thought I knew I had a brother. That's why he wanted to wait for my parents, or should I say, our parents. 2 cappuccinos later, my mom and my dad finally arrived at midnight. May I remind you that there was a stranger in our living room? It was obvious that my parents didn't even know who he is. Their first assumption was that he was my boyfriend, and oh my gosh, here we go again. My protective father always felt the need to defend me against the male kind. At the end of the day, I was his little princess. So I can understand the reasons for his actions. He was about to fight my brother when he said, "Stop it. You know who I am. I am about to tell her." Long story short, we all managed to calm our frustration and sat on the couch. Suddenly, my mom started crying. I have never been more confused in my entire life. She said, "I hope that what we are about to tell you won't make you love or appreciate us less." I assumed that they gave my brother for adoption and they didn't want me to judge them. I instantly developed my theory that they were young and panicked. Apparently, I was about to forgive them. But believe me, when I say I was far from the truth. My mom was stuttering. Still, she wanted to be the one that reveals the whole story. She began by telling me about her pregnancy with me. She didn't even mention my long-lost brother. When I asked her why she is skipping that part, she answered, "You will understand." Apparently, there was an earthquake on the day when I was born. Can you guess how this justifies my newly discovered brother? Well, neither could I. To be more specific, I was born in our local hospital. My mother was struggling for days before I decided to come out. Obviously, I was indecisive even in the womb. It's a characteristic of mine that explains many actions I have taken in my life. Anyway, I was born in June. On this particular day, 16 other babies were born in the same hospital. It's not many, but as I said, it's a small town. And I should be lucky that there weren't more babies at the moment. I know it sounds confusing, but you will understand when I finish the story. During the conversation, my mom told me, as you already know, all babies look alike. Can you imagine my shock at the moment? My own mother couldn't tell me apart. Did they switch me with another baby in the hospital? And does this explain my long-lost brother? Well, I wish it did, but the reality was far worse. When my mother gave birth to me, she held me in her hands. Like any other mother, she wanted to smell me, to hug me and hold me tight. My father was right beside her during the whole journey. They were thrilled that they had a daughter. All their lives, they dreamed of having a girl. That's why I am as spoiled as I am. They truly gave me everything I ever wished for, from the fanciest clothes to the most expensive toys. But that's not what makes my parents special. They have always listened to me, dedicated their time and full attention to my concerns, and my mom and dad love me unconditionally. and they always will. So what could have happened on my birthday to make my mother so anxious? Is there anything that can stop me from loving them for a lifetime? Back to the story. My mother had to give me to the medical nurses. Then I was placed together with the other babies. This is the usual hospital procedure, so I still couldn't spot the problem. But as I mentioned before, there was an earthquake at the hospital. The important fact is that everyone survived this disaster. There were no victims in the accident. Well, except the sacrifice of the truth. I and the rest of the 16 babies were tangled together and transferred to a safe place. The issue is that the hospital didn't keep good track of our identities. There weren't any available DNA tests at the moment, so they decided to keep this as a secret. For years, the parents weren't aware of this issue. All that time, they believed that the hospital gave them their baby. More specifically, there were 10 female and 7 male newborn babies. After a few years, the truth came out. But it was already too late. The parents have developed strong relationships with their children. My parents didn't want to put me through such a stressful situation from a young age. After all, they loved me as I am their own blood, even if I was not. As shocking as it sounds, I was then made aware that I have 10 mothers. Both my mom and my dad burst into tears. My mother started cursing my new brother. She started yelling and asking why he came. She was 100% convinced that I will blame them or even leave them as complete strangers. But she was wrong. I didn't blame my parents, not even for a second. I was just shocked by this new information. Can you imagine finding out that you have 9 more mothers, 9 more fathers, and a whole bunch of brothers and sisters? Of course, I am speaking hypothetically. I know that I can only have 1 mother and 1 father. But who are they? Are they the people I have been living with my whole life? Or are they people from a different culture, individuals with other values and daily habits? No matter the case, I wanted to meet them. I cannot imagine what my mom and dad were feeling at that moment. Maybe they thought that I would leave them for my real parents. Little did they know, I have always seen them as my only family. Now, back to the story of my long-lost brother. I'm sure that you are questioning why he was looking for me. His adventure began when he met a girl at the same age as his sister, or the girl he was living with. At this stage, we're unaware of who is related and who is not. When he met the girl, he instantly felt a connection. They started talking and bonding. After a while, he discovered that she was born on the same date and in the same hospital as his sister. It was simply too big of a coincidence. He spent months on research and he came upon the hospital's secret. Then he decided to face his parents with the truth. He asked them whether the girl living with him was truly his relative. Even though this was a well-kept secret, his parents decided to reveal the story. Like my parents, they were also introduced to the problem several years after my birth. It was at that particular moment when my brother promised to spread the truth to all 17 babies. He didn't want to participate in this huge manipulation, so instead of keeping us in the dark, he was dedicated to uniting us all. Allegedly, I was the 8th girl baby on his list. He tracked us all and had this difficult conversation with each family. It is little to say that he was our hero. However, I cannot explain how I felt at the moment. It was honestly chaos of emotions. I felt anger, sadness, happiness, but ultimately I was thankful for the truth. But what path should I have chosen? I couldn't decide whether to ignore the facts or go looking for my biological parents. I was 20 years old, and I had no idea who I was, where I come from, and who are my parents. These past 3 months have been a roller coaster of emotions. Now, you're asking yourself why I didn't immediately take a DNA test. It sounds really simple, but you wouldn't feel that way if you were in my shoes. My parents weren't the only ones who were frightened of the truth. I thought that once they discovered that I'm not their child, they would abandon me. At the moment, I was scared of reality. It was easier to ignore the issue and live in a world of my own. However, there is an end to every fantasy. The ultimate question that determined my destiny was, what if I fell in love with a relative? What would happen if I met my long-lost brother on the street? Well, I would be unaware that we were associated with him. And at this age, one thing leads to another. No one can guarantee my safety if I choose to live in a bubble. So I decided to be brave, To discover my roots and true identity, I wanted to know which of the 10 women is my biological mother. I must admit, it wasn't easy taking the test. Both I and my parents went through a tough period, and you will not believe what I've discovered. My whole life was a lie. These people I have been living with for the past 20 years weren't my biological parents. This means that I may have a brother or a sister that I am unaware of. It was then that I knew I had to take action. I instantly called a brother that visited me. He had the contacts of most babies born in the local hospital on the same day, many of which made DNA tests and confirmed the relationship to their parents. Anyhow, he didn't manage to find all female babies. One of them was nowhere to be found. As lucky as I am, it was probably the baby I had been switched with. So, what was I supposed to do now? My parents were supportive of my actions. They wanted to meet their child as well. But as I mentioned before, my mother took this worse than I thought. She started struggling with anxiety and depression. Each day when I left the house to look for my biological mother, I felt that I was breaking her heart a little bit more. Each day that I came closer to the truth, I moved farther away from my mom. So once again, I had to choose. As people, we make numerous decisions each day. This is what makes us different. This is what builds our personality and overall image. Everyone says that as you age, you face more delicate decisions. As you age, your problems become bigger and your childhood concerns seem funny to you. Nonetheless, I never thought that my life would turn into a tragedy of this type. I never thought that reality may be as harsh as mine. You wouldn't believe what I have discovered. I was searching for a long time. I went to the hospital. I went through all town records and social networks. I did everything in my power to find my family. I wanted to meet the girl that has been living my life for the past 20 years. I wanted to see what I have missed and what I have taken from her. Finally, I got a call from the local police. And yes, I have involved them in my case as well. Ultimately, they have found my family. I had an open conversation with my mom. I told her that she will always have a special place in my heart. She has and will forever remain my mother. In the end, she understood why I had to take this step. So we decided to go to the police together. We were both ready to face the truth. We thought that the story couldn't get worse, but when we got to the police, we heard the most heartbreaking event of a lifetime. Both my biological mother and the girl I had been switched with were in an accident 3 years ago. It was reported to the police, and that's how they tracked them. I think you already understand the disastrous end of my narrative. They were dead. The girl who has been living my life was no longer alive. I, the one that took her place, was living a fairy tale. My whole life, I got everything I wanted. I had the best parents and most supportive friends. Should I be grateful that I was switched in the hospital? Or should I blame myself for taking her place? Both I and my mother lost a part of ourselves when we heard the news. We got home and told everything to my father. He couldn't accept the truth as well. After all, their daughter was dead. It will take years for us to return to our regular lives. We will never be able to forget about the family members we didn't get to meet. When it comes to my biological father, I will meet him in the future. At this moment, I'm not ready to reach out to him and his new family. After all, he may not even know that I exist. I will take the time to reconnect with the people who have raised me. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if we have the same blood or not. They made me who I am. So, they are my family.
Hey MSA friends, I'm Rain from Belgium, and this is my journey. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. New MSA merch alert, our latest bottles and notebooks are out now. Grab them via the link in the description and upgrade your gear. I've lived in an orphanage for as long as I can remember, wishing for a family of my own. My mom was still around, and she was, well, a bit different. She couldn't take care of me full time, but she'd pop in now and then with her wild stories and crazy outfits. One time, she showed up during lunch with a huge purple cape covered in shiny bits, telling everyone she was on a secret mission.
Rain, my star! You're glowing today. Must be those good mashed potatoes.
Then, right there in the middle of the room. She tried to make a spoon float in the air. Okay, so she was holding it with a string, but we all pretended to be shocked anyway. When she hugged me goodbye, she slipped a small rock into my hand. A piece of the moon for you. It was just a regular old rock, but in her world, it was something magical. You might think that the kids made fun of me because of my mom or something. Nah, let me tell you that I was respected and feared in the orphanage, along with my friend Leo. Leo and I were like the bosses of the orphanage. When we walked by, kids would stop talking and make room. Everyone just kinda knew to stay out of our way. One day, Leo and I were headed to our usual bench in the yard, where a group of kids were celebrating their good grades with a big cake. They saw us coming, and the laughter stopped. They looked at each other, then at the cake, and without a word, they got up to leave.
We're leaving, I swear. But is there a chance we can take the cake?
The whole thing seems a little much, don't you think, Leo?
Tell you what, we will give you the big, huge third, and we will only take the tiny 2 small thirds.
Oh, thank you, really. You guys are cool. I've been dreaming about you both. They say you dream about people you think about a lot.
Wait, is that peanut butter in there? You know what? Just take the whole cake. I can't stand peanut butter. Yeah, this is how things were back then. One afternoon, when we were 12, as Leo and I were planning our next prank, the warden called us into her office. She told us we were getting adopted by the Morgans, a rich family with a pool and a daughter around our age. I was excited, but also scared Leo might like the new sister more than me, so I blurted out, "No thanks, I'll pass." But they want to adopt you both. That's their condition. Why do they want both of us?
Who cares? We're getting our dream, being adopted together. And don't worry, I'm not gonna love her more than you. No rich girl can match your wild craziness.
So I gave in. When the Morgans came to meet us, they were super nice and smelled like flowers. Look at you two, just adorable. Leo was practically starstruck by the Morgans and began spouting off random facts to impress them.
Did you know the country is pronounced Iran and not Iran? Also, I'm a whiz at geography. And hey, fun fact, the Earth isn't round or flat. There's a big chance it's shaped like a donut.
I hung back, not saying much, but there was one thing on my mind. Where's your daughter? They pretended they didn't hear me, so I asked louder, and they looked a bit hesitant to answer. Then the mom just said that their daughter Emily was sick. I'm not an expert, but that looked like a lie. Even though the Morgans were nice, something about them just felt weird to me. Leo thought I was making a big deal out of nothing.
Chill, they've got an awesome pool.
Why are you so crazy about the pool? You're not a sea dog.
Hey, I don't mind you insulting me at all, but please keep your voice down. I have a reputation to maintain around here.
I just shrugged. Whatever was going on, we were moving to the Morgans' place in a month. A month flew by, and then boom, Leo and I were at the Morgans. It was wild, like stepping into a movie with their huge house, and yes, the epic pool Leo wouldn't shut up about. We had a blast that summer, splashing around and living it up. The Morgans even signed us up for a fancy private high school. Everything was pretty awesome, except we hadn't met Emily yet. Emily's spending the summer with her aunts in France. She'll be back when school starts. A week before school started, Emily finally arrived. She walked in with her suitcase, looking totally different from what I'd pictured. She was our age, but acted like she was something else. She had this snobby vibe that got on my nerves. And well, it was hatred at first sight. I could tell we weren't going to be friends. Hi, Emily. Sweetie, how was your flight?
Mom, stop asking me about my feelings. Just ask sensible stuff, okay? I'm not a little kid anymore.
You know, you are a kid, and don't snap at your mom like that. If you want us to get along, you've got to be nicer.
Who are you, anyway?
Emily, these are the kids we've adopted. Remember? We talked about this.
I know why you brought them here, but I'd prefer if they didn't talk to me. I already don't like them.
What reason could that possibly be?
Let's just say it's better we don't talk. My IQ is 151. I'm a genius. You and I, we're not on the same level.
Nope, that's not how it works. I'm the boss around here, and you'll do what we all want.
The boss? Please act your age, not your shoe size. Mom, Dad, I'm going to my room. Just bring my dinner there.
Who did she think she was? Treating us like we were beneath her?
Kids, don't take it to heart. Emily is unique, and she can be tough to deal with, but give it some time. She'll adjust.
I'd rather go back to the orphanage than deal with this nonsense.
Rain, come on, it's not that bad.
I can't stand her already. I think think I even hate her. Leo leaned in, whispering.
Guess we can both hate her together, huh?
He was spot on. I wasn't about to back down. I was the boss, and I would make sure to teach Emily who was running this place. The first week of school was tough. Emily seemed to have everyone charmed with her smarts, and Leo and I felt like we were fading into the background like nobodies. But we weren't giving up that easily. One weekend, the Morgans went out, leaving us three at home. I was still super angry because of Emily's attitude, and I decided it was time to make a point. I glanced at Leo and said, "Watch this." I snatched Emily's laptop and dashed outside. I heard Emily's footsteps pounding after me. "What are you doing with my laptop?" Without a word, I flung the laptop into the swimming pool. It hit the water with a loud splash, sinking quickly to the bottom. "Oh my god, why would you do that?" "That's what you get for thinking you're above us. We're in this together, whether you like it or not." I left her there and walked back inside. Leo caught up to me, whispering,
You know this means war, right?
but to my surprise, Emily didn't do anything. She didn't even tell her parents when they were back. So I continued. I started by hiding her favorite shoes and replacing her shampoo with green hair dye. Then, during dinner, I'd imitate her snobby tone, making Leo snicker. Each prank was my way of showing Emily she wasn't the boss of our new home. But she never reacted or even told her parents anything. After weeks of our pranks, Emily started doing something unexpected. She was being nice to Leo. One afternoon, she helped him with a tough math problem he'd been struggling with for hours. I saw them laughing together, and something twisted inside me. "What's happening? I thought we were in this together."
I know, Rain, but she's really good at math. She just wanted to help.
"So that's it? She does one nice thing and suddenly she's not so bad?"
It's not like that. Maybe we've been too hard on her.
"But you said we'd hate her together."
I know, but maybe it's time we gave her a chance.
"How dare you!" I pounced on him, throwing punches. When Emily jumped in to save him, I swung at her too. But just then, my parents burst in. They pulled us apart and kept calling me for a family meeting. But I ignored them, including Leo, the dumb traitor. A week later, Leo approached me, looking serious.
Rain, I hate seeing you upset. Tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it. Anything to make things right.
"Fine. You want to make it up to me? Then wreck her precious science project. She needs it for the competition tomorrow. And without it, she can kiss her chance to go to NASA for summer camp goodbye."
Rain, that's extreme. She worked so hard on this.
That's exactly why. I'd do it myself, but it's too heavy and I don't want to hurt my back. Reluctantly, Leo agreed and sabotaged the project. The next morning, when Emily discovered it, she was in a panic, but only for about a minute. Then, she calmed down and started to repair the project, hardly showing any frustration. And yes, you guessed it, she didn't tell our parents about this either. Turns out, Leo didn't do a good job of destroying it. Emily managed to fix it in just half an hour. I was convinced he did it on purpose, so I swore I'd never speak to him again, even though he kept saying sorry. "Just go hang out with your new sister. She's all you need, right?"
Rain, come on. We were a team at the orphanage, cool and respected, but now you're going too far.
I didn't listen to him and just walked away. A few days later, Emily won her scholarship, and the Morgans planned a huge celebration. But Emily, in her usual snobby way, insisted that I go to bed early and not attend the party. It was so arrogant of her, and it made my blood boil. The night of the party sounded amazing from my room. I could hear the laughter and voices, with Leo out there having a blast. That idiot. Then I had a brilliant idea. I called Mom and told her we needed her show for the party. She arrived 20 minutes later. I was expecting her to ruin the party with her silly acts, but then Leo sent me a photo on Instagram. To my surprise, everyone was actually enjoying Mom's performance. Ugh! That night, I decided to try a new tactic. I'd be nice. My plan was to get close to Emily, understand her better, and then, as her friend, I could easily manipulate her to become her boss. The next morning, I prepared breakfast and took it to Emily's room. Everyone was shocked. "Did you put poison in this?" "Want Leo to taste it first?" Leo showed up from behind her door. Obviously, he was eavesdropping.
No thanks. I want to stay alive.
To my surprise, Emily said the breakfast was delicious. From that day, I was nicer to her. I even tricked Leo into keeping Emily busy so I could set up a birthday surprise in her room. In reality, I wanted to snoop through her things for answers, but I found nothing. Weeks passed, and I was getting along better with Emily. I was secretly messing with her though, like turning off her alarm so she'd miss her weekend lessons and hiding her homework, but I was done with petty pranks now. So one morning before school, I came down crying frantically. I can't find my necklace. The one Mom gave me, the gold one. I've looked everywhere. I swear it was on my side table. I can't lose it. I just can't. It's the only thing my mom's ever given to me.
Everyone in the family comforted me and helped me look, but obviously no one found it. I cried some more on my way to school and kept crying in class too. Yeah, it's a talent I have. I can make myself cry whenever I want. Leo and Emily looked really worried, and as we were heading out for recess, I decided to put the second part of the plan into action. I reached for the gold necklace that was in my pocket all along and pretended to trip over my shoelace. As I tried to break my fall, I grabbed Emily's open bag and it came tumbling to the floor with all its contents spilling out, and in the chaos, I purposely dropped the necklace too. I slowly crept to the necklace and picked it up, and Emily's eyes went wide with shock. This fell out of your bag. You stole it? How could you do this to me?
Rain, hold on. Maybe we should talk about this later?
No, Emily, you are the biggest witch I've ever met. You have everything. Your fancy parents and your fancy braid and your fancy house, and you just can't share all that with anyone, can you? You hate having me around so much. You decided to take away the one precious thing I had too. Who steals from an orphan? Only someone heartless. A crowd had gathered, and then the principal walked in on the scene and took Emily with her. Ha! Miss High and Mighty would surely get suspended now. But when I got home, I found the entire family gathered in the hallway, standing next to my packed bags. My biological mom was waiting too.
Sweetie, I'm so happy you can live with me now. I'm doing so much better with my new med, so I can take care of you. You're moving out.
Rain, I know what you've been doing. I tried to make you feel like family, but you need to leave. You have problems. What? I didn't do anything.
We know everything, sweetheart. This has to end.
Oh, great. So living with my crazy mom will fix everything?
That's not a nice thing to say.
Maybe if you were a better mom, I wouldn't act like this. And you guys, you're no better. You let Emily boss us around.
No, Rain. Emily was fine. I mean, not the greatest, but also not evil. You need help.
Help? You all think I'm crazy? Fine, I'll show you crazy. Then I stood there for a bit.
We're waiting.
Well, I wanted to attack one of you, but that'll prove your point that I'm crazy. I'm not, but I like things to be under my control, always. Come on, Mom, let's go home. These people don't deserve me, weirdos. I went with Mom, but honestly, I missed the Morgans a lot, including Emily. Leo and I kept in touch. I thought living with my biological mom would be the hardest part, but I was actually learning and thinking about new things. One day, after Mom's street performance, a girl asked her, "Can I be brave like you when I grow up?"
Bravery isn't just about doing daring things. It's also about being kind, accepting others, and understanding that we all have fears.
On our way home, Mom talked about her past, how she pushed people away and felt lonely. She wished she had learned the importance of connection sooner.
I was so busy being different, Rain, that I didn't realize I was alone in my own world.
For the first time, I didn't see Mom as just crazy. She had her issues, but I realized it's never too late to change. She had improved, and now she was raising me with love. Then it hit me, and the next thing I knew, I was apologizing to my adoptive family. What I did was wrong. I'm not asking to come back. I want to live with Mom, but I want us to be friends. You're forgiven. We're more than friends. We're sisters, and always will be. I hugged everyone and left for my first therapy session.
Sorry about that, guys. Is the setup back up? I hope no one's hurt. Can you also move this vase and this coffee cup away, please? I'm kind of clumsy, but you already know that. So, we're here to talk about my life, huh? It's quite a roller coaster, let me tell ya. Anyway, I'm Maisie, and before I continue, please like and subscribe to MSA. My story starts in a small apartment in Washington, D.C., where I lived with my dad, who worked as a computer expert with the government. Dad and I were close, mostly because we both loved computers and would spend hours chatting about codes, algorithms, applications. Well, let me tell you something interesting. There are over 700 computer languages, and the first bug found in a computer was an actual bug. Okay, that's not interesting. I can see you're yawning. That's because you took my coffee away. I would have broken that cup. I was 6 when I accidentally broke the toilet because my butt was too fat to fit inside. And then at 10, I went to a wedding, tripped on my own foot, and crashed into the wedding cake. You should have seen the bride. Some crying mess she was. So, you're clumsy and annoying? Do you want the story or not? Yes, please continue. So, yeah, my dad and I were close and things were going perfectly. I was acing my classes. By 13, I could crack the toughest codes. And by 16, I'd already developed an application where you could paint your own cat pictures. Because cats are cute. Life was good. But then I turned 17 and everything changed. Dad and I were working in his lab when his screen started glitching, and suddenly it went blank. Dad sprung into action, but it was too late. And then minutes later, out of nowhere, the FBI crashed open the lab and handcuffed Dad.
You're under arrest for leaking important government files. You have the right to remain silent, and whatever you say will be used against you in the court of law.
No way, my dad is innocent. Tell them, Dad.
Maisie, I'm sorry. Take care of yourself, and I promise you everything will be fine.
The FBI dragged Dad away, and a week later his case went to trial. I used all our savings to hire the best lawyer for Dad, but it was useless. The evidence against him was stacking, and he was sentenced to 20 years in jail. Do you want a tissue? Yes, thank you. Oh, sorry. I just get really overwhelmed. It was a tough time. Anyway, the day Dad went to jail, I couldn't sleep a wink. And the next morning, news of his arrest spread like wildfire. My friends turned their back on me, and everywhere I went, people whispered all kinds of things about Dad that made my blood boil. I was losing my mind. So that week, when I met Dad, I told him everything, and he suggested I move in with his sister Gina to New York. But I'd only met Aunt Gina once when I was 6, and it wasn't a pleasant experience, mostly because her daughter Claire was such a prude. I was nervous, but somehow made up my mind and hopped on a plane. I reached Aunt Gina's mansion and saw her waiting for me with Claire. I walked up and hugged Claire tight, but she pushed me away. Oh my God. Have you heard of personal space? 2 steps back, please. I'm sorry. That's just the way I say hello. Maisie, that's a funny noise. No, my name's Maisie. We met when we were really young, and you told me I have the nose of a seahorse. And then I asked you if you wanted to play with the computer, and you told me that was geeky and you'd rather eat a bag of worms than stay with me because I smelled like a farm. Ring a bell? But Claire just gave me a weird look and left without answering. The next morning was no good either. Aunt Gina and Claire were sinfully boring people, and they hardly spoke, so I decided to start a conversation. Such beautiful weather. I can already smell the winter in the air. Perfect time for some hot chocolate and sandwiches, right? It's the weather to curl up and die. The leaves have ruined the garden, and I feel like throwing up at the thought of wearing 10 layers so I wouldn't freeze to death. Oh God, I'm having flashbacks. Oh, sweetums, do you want a handshake? It will make you feel better. Yes, thank you. See what I mean? Well, thankfully, I still had my computer, so I wasn't totally losing my mind. And a few days later, Aunt Gina enrolled me in the same school as Claire, and I was happy to finally get some time away from the house. On my first day, I was in the cafeteria figuring out what to eat when I saw the last piece of pie. I reached out for it, but someone else did too. And for a moment, I forgot how to breathe. Standing in front of me was the most gorgeous guy.
Wow, we're in a fix.
You can have the last one.
It's okay, you were here first. Besides, this pie is the only thing edible in this cafeteria. You know, one time I ate the muffins here and it gave me such bad gas, I almost pooped my pants. Okay, that's not a very funny thing to say. I have a weird sense of humor.
So do I. I'm Maisie.
Noah, pleasure meeting you.
Noah and I sat down on one of the tables and ended up having a great time. He told me he was a year senior and had only recently moved to New York. We had a lot in common, but the best part was when he said he loved coding, just like me. After that day, Noah and I were inseparable. It felt nice to have someone to talk to, and as time went by, I slowly started to like him. Soon after, Noah asked me out, and I gladly said yes. We went to this video game parlor near school, and I totally owned his butt.
Those were some crazy moves. And where did you learn all those cheat codes?
My dad taught me. He loved video games, and he was a coder too. He's not around anymore though, and that's why I'm stuck with my aunt and my cousin who are worse than a statue. They don't talk to me, and I have no one to share my feelings with, and I just...
Hey, I can understand. Please, calm down.
Noah pulled me into a hug and I melted into his arms. I wanted to tell him everything about Dad, but I knew he's going to judge me, so I stayed quiet, and soon after we left. Noah held my hand tight throughout the ride back home, and I couldn't help myself falling for him harder. I was super excited to see Noah the next day, but surprisingly, he kept avoiding me. He wouldn't talk, wouldn't laugh, and every time I tried having a conversation, he would make up some silly excuse and run away.
I gotta go. Class. Wish I could talk, but I have to go home. A raccoon came flying and knocked my grandma off a rocking chair. She broke her hip.
A flying raccoon?
Yeah, it's an Australian raccoon. We live next to the zoo, so I guess it broke out or something.
Is she okay?
Nope, she tried to get up with a broken hip, then lost balance and hit her head on the door, and now she's unconscious. I just got her text that she needs me. Okay, bye-bye.
And before I could say anything, Noah just ran in the other direction. He was clearly lying, and I needed to know why. So that evening, I went to his place to talk to him. But the guard told me that Noah was out of town with his dad. I tried texting him, but he didn't reply, and he didn't even answer my calls. I was losing my mind over the situation when a week later, I walked into school and saw Noah talking to that trash cheerleader Whitney.
You know what, handsome? I've always had my eyes on you, but you were so busy with the new nerd Lazy or Hazy or something. Anyway, now that you're available, you and I should hang out this weekend.
Over my dead body? And you, why are you not answering my calls?
Jeez, Mom. Relax, stop being so clingy.
Sorry, what? I'm being clingy? You're the one who asked me out, and then you totally ghosted me. Something's up, and you owe me an explanation.
I don't owe you anything, okay? And yeah, I took you out on a date, and you basically blew your nose into my shirt. That's disgusting, and I don't date disgusting girls. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm late for class.
Noah started walking really fast. I tried my best to keep up, but then he opened the door to the classroom, walked inside, and the door swung back, hitting me in the face.
That oughta hurt.
Oh yeah? I'll tell you what hurt actually feels like. I flew into a rage and punched Whitney's stupid nose. She tackled me to the ground, and we started fighting like a pair of wild dogs. The teacher pulled us apart, took us to the principal, and we both ended up in detention. After that horribly bad day, I went home, stuffed my face in a pillow, and cried like a baby. I was wiping my nose when Claire barged into my room. I heard what happened at school today. I don't understand. Why are you so worked up about a boy you just met? Why do you care? Because I hate seeing intelligent girls make dumb decisions for some boy who hardly respects them. He isn't just some boy, okay? He's my soulmate. He even likes pepperoni pizza. It's my favorite. So does homeless Willie down the street. Is he your soulmate too? That's not it. He likes strawberry ice cream. How many boys like pink ice cream, huh? He's definitely the one for me. You know what? He's doing this thing I've read about in books. Just agreeing with everything you say. Does he stop to smell every flower and gaze at stars at night? Yeah? Oh, yes, he's definitely faking it all. I haven't dated anybody, but I've read all the books there are to read about male psychology. I mean, I've only read 2, but I know they almost say the same things. Men aren't that complicated or diverse. He thought you were cute, and then he found someone cuter. This is not helping. Claire, trust me, Noah's different. He's lying, and I have to know why. I've already lost my dad, and now I can't lose Noah too. You also have me and Mom. I mean, I get why you're so hungry for love. The only people you love are in jail, and we both know my mom's as warm as an ice cube. But we're here for you, and that's why, if you're so sure that Noah's lying, then I will help you. You will? Oh, thank you. Just please don't hug me. I hate that. What started next was a series of things that Claire suggested, and even though some of them made no sense to me, I decided to go with the flow. The first thing on the list was to make Noah jealous by dating someone else, and for that, Claire hooked me up with her childhood friend Lance. We were standing by the lockers when I noticed Noah staring at me from the corner of his eye. I quickly took Lance by his arm and pulled him close. So, Lance, are you an appendix? I don't know what you do or how you work, but I feel like I should take you out.
Seriously?
Shut up. Is he looking?
Not really.
Hold my waist, now.
He's digging his nose. Disgusting.
Oh God, this isn't working. And with that, I pulled Lance in for a kiss. I was sure this would work, but then I turned around and saw Noah walking out. I followed him and found him beating a trash can to death. What's wrong? Are you mad?
Why? Why would I be mad? You can kiss any random jerk you want. I don't care.
Then why are you turning red?
Because of the heat. Duh, stop asking stupid questions. You're giving me a migraine.
Saying that, Noah just turned around and left. But that whole day in school, he kept giving me death stares, and I could tell that my little trick worked. I updated Claire on the progress that evening, and she suggested we take our game up a notch. So the next day at school during lunch, just as Noah walked in the cafeteria, I let out a huge scream and fell to the ground. Noah came running towards me and started rubbing my cheeks. When I didn't wake up, he lifted me in his arms and took me to the school infirmary. As he laid me down on the bed, our faces were so close. I just wanted to grab him and kiss him, but Claire walked in and spoiled the moment. Get away from her, you creep! You're the reason she's so stressed, that she hasn't eaten any anything in 3 days. You know she has Lavaria?
What?
It's a rare disease where if the patient loses their appetite, their brain turns into mush, their heart starts beating rapidly, and they can even lose their life. This is all your fault.
I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry, Maisie. I never meant to hurt you.
Noah leaned in to kiss me. Then I opened my eyes and jumped out of the bed. Gotcha!
Are you crazy? I thought you were dying. I can't believe you staged this whole thing.
I was dying, silly, of a broken heart. But now that I know you care about me...
You can't just take a hint, so let me spell it out for you. I don't care.
Then why are you here? You and I both know we had something special, and you're just trying to sabotage it for some godforsaken reason. Just be honest.
You want me to be honest? Fine. I only helped you because I felt sorry that I hadn't been the nicest to you, but you're clearly out of your mind. You're a crazy lovesick puppy, and it's pretty pathetic, and you totally wasted my time.
I wasted your time? You're the one who made me fall in love with you and then threw me aside like some cheap trash. And now you're being a jerk for no reason. You don't want me around? Okay, but at least give me a reason.
I just don't like you, and I have nothing more to say.
Fine, then you won't see my ugly face ever again. And I just covered up my face with a sheet as Noah walked away. I spent 2 days in my room crying and stuffing my face with ice cream. Every time I saw Noah at school, my stupid heart fluttered. Then it would break again the moment he was out of sight. I didn't want to feel like that, so I plunged myself into studies and applying for college. But it still wasn't enough. Then one evening, Claire thought it would be a good idea to go out and clear my mind. But on our way to the restaurant, I saw Noah talking to some shady-looking men. And then one of the men punched Noah in his stomach, and the other pushed him in the back of a van. I have to go. No, Maisie, this is not your problem. He's in trouble. I have to save him. Who do you think you are, Rambo? Did you see the size of those 2 men? They would crush us with their pinky fingers. Then you stay here, but I'm going. I took a cab and asked the driver to follow the van. Minutes later, we stopped in front of an abandoned building. The shady-looking men dragged Noah inside, and I was right on their tail. I hid behind the pillar, totally confused, when I saw a middle-aged man walk in.
What is this I'm hearing? You don't want to work for me anymore? Have you forgotten why I adopted you? No, I know you only need me for my skills, but I've done enough already. I can't hurt Maisie anymore. Well, my little boy is in love, it seems. I wonder what your girlfriend would say when she finds out that you're the reason her dad's in jail. If you wouldn't have hacked into her dad's computer and leaked those files, he'd still be home with his dumb daughter. I did what I did to save your butt. Maisie's dad knew that you were supplying confidential information to enemy nations, and if I wouldn't have leaked those files, he would have outed you and you'd be rotting in jail. So be thankful. And I will be once I get rid of you.
The old man snapped his fingers and a bunch of bodyguards surrounded Noah. One of them held Noah's arm and the other was about to punch him when I flung my bag at him and hit him smack in his face. Bullseye!
Maisie, why are you here?
I followed you and shouldn't be asking me questions. How dare you lie to my face? Watch out! Noah ducked a punch and ran towards me while I picked up a stick and started hitting people with all my strength. But it wasn't enough. There were too many. Just then we heard police sirens, and seconds later a team of officers barged in with Claire right behind them. It's okay, you can thank me later. Let's just get out of here first. The police surrounded the building, and Noah's testimony was enough to get everyone arrested, including himself. But just as they were taking him away, I asked if I could talk to him and went to the side. Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
And say what? That I'm the reason your dad's in jail? The day you told me your dad was a coder, I went home and checked you out on the internet. After I found out who you were, I couldn't be around you. But I couldn't let you go either. I know I messed it up, but can you forgive me?
No, Noah, I can't. I lost my home, my family because of you, and nothing can compare to that pain.
I can understand. Have a good life, Maze. God knows you deserve it.
Noah turned around and left, and I never heard from him again. Claire took me home, and a week later, Dad was released. Dad got his old job back, and I went back to being the computer nerd I was. Developed 100 applications, got rich, famous, gave interviews, but Noah always remained in the back of my mind. So you never met him again? Nope, but I still miss him a lot, and I wish I could have said that to his face. Let's see if we can help with that. What are you doing here? When did you get out?
Last week, I helped with the investigation, so they reduced my sentence. The crew got in touch with me an hour back and sent me the address, and here I am.
And I'm glad that you're here.
Maisie, I'm sorry. You know that when you're away from someone for so long, you make a mental image in your head about how they would look, and you think that no one can be that perfect. Well, you are. You are perfect, and I wish I could have said that sooner, but...
Can we not talk at all? And let's just agree that we've both been stupid?
I'd like that.
And can you also just pull me closer and...
Hi, I'm Alicia, and I'm about to tell you how I met the love of my life. But before we get into that, please like and subscribe to MSA. If there's one thing you have to know about me, it's that I wasn't an ordinary little girl. Being raised by a single father who was an ex-army officer does that to you. I had rules, discipline, and responsibility drilled into me since I was very young. And growing up, I found other kids my age really immature. I don't know why he'd break up with me. I wore the clothes he liked, woke up at 5 every morning to do my hair because he liked them curly, and pretended to love watching wrestling. Excuse me, but I need to get that muffin. Can't you see that I'm crying? My boyfriend just broke up with me. Aw, I'm so sorry. You know, it reminds me of the time my dad took me for this obstacle course, and I twisted my ankle so badly, the doctors told me I'd never be able to walk again. But I didn't lose hope, and here I am. How is that the same thing? It's not, because that was an actual problem, but yours is just a bunch of high school nonsense. Now move your butt, please. Needless to say, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I didn't care either. My life was all sorted out. Graduate school, get into a good college, work, and retire. But then I turned 18 and met Arthur. He was a transfer student from Greece, and boy was he dreamy. The first time I met him was in gym class. We were playing catch, and I was so lost in looking at him. I totally missed the ball, and it hit me right in the face. I fell on my butt, and Arthur came running.
Are you okay? You're bleeding.
It's nothing. I'm used to much worse. On second thoughts, I might need a doctor. Arthur smiled and carried me to the nurse's office. The entire time I was there, he sat next to me, and later he dropped me home. We became friends after that, and slowly I fell for him. He was smart, mature, and sweet. If there was one guy I wanted to date, it was him. So I decided to ask him out, except I didn't know how. So I turned to MSA for help, and it did not disappoint. Rule number 1, never let your crush know you're interested in him. Avoid eye contact and do not speak at all. The next day, when Arthur waved at me in the hallway, I wrinkled my nose and turned away. He sat next to me in class, but I didn't pay any attention. But then in the cafeteria, he caught up with me.
Are you avoiding me?
Me? Avoiding you? Oh, don't be silly. I was just really busy thinking about global warming and how it's impacting the fish population. Oh, that reminds me. I have to water my fish. My plants. I'll see you around. And I just ran before I embarrassed myself further. After that epic failure, I turned to step number 2. Dress up nice and behave like a total diva. I went shopping, picked up a bunch of dresses, and the next morning, it took me 2 hours to get ready. I thought I looked great, except the moment I entered, everyone started pointing at me and laughing. Oh my god, why is she dressed like a peacock? What is that on her face? Did someone finally punch her for being a know-it-all? I was so embarrassed. I immediately turned around and ran for the bleachers. I was still sulking when Arthur walked up to me.
If you rub your lips anymore, they're gonna fall off.
This lipstick won't come off. Ugh, it's so annoying.
Let me help you. Also, I'm not saying you don't look good with makeup, but you actually look way prettier without it.
Really? Does that mean you'll go out with me?
Are you serious? I wanted to ask you out for the longest time, but everyone in school told me you're a cold-hearted witch. Cold-hearted girl who hates people.
That's not true. I hate dumb people. There's a difference. So, you and I, dinner tomorrow?
I'd love to.
My first date with Arthur was perfect, and he told me that his parents were divorced like mine, and he lived with his mom and 9-year-old brother Charlie. We started dating soon after, and spent all our time together. People in school were also nicer to me, since I was Arthur's girlfriend, and even Dad liked him a lot. Life was just better with him in it, until things started getting weird. Some days he would come to school school looking like a half-dead zombie, and other days he would skip school altogether. His grades were slipping, we were barely seeing each other, and I knew something was wrong. So one day when he canceled our date, I went to his place with his favorite ice cream. But when I knocked on the door, some kid opened up. Hi, you must be Charlie. Is your brother around?
Is that ice cream? Give me it.
Hey, that's not very nice. Say, ma'am, could I please have that tub of ice cream? Repeat after me.
Sure. Ma'am, give me the ice cream or I'll kick you.
And Charlie kicked me on my shin, snatched the tub, and ran away. As I yelled out in pain, Arthur came running downstairs.
Alicia, why didn't you tell me you were coming?
When would I tell you? You hardly talk to me these days.
I know, I'm sorry. It's just that Mom's getting married again. The guy doesn't want Charlie in his life, and Mom loves her stupid boyfriend so much that she decided to move out, leaving me in charge.
Why wouldn't you tell me that before?
Because it's embarrassing, and I didn't want to drag you in my mess.
I'm already a part of your mess, and we'll get through it together. Okay, I know that was a bit cheesy, but Arthur looked like he was gonna break in a million pieces, and I really wanted to help him. Besides, how bad could a 9-year-old be? Turns out a lot, because Charlie was a total devil. He would cry over the smallest things, throw tantrums if he didn't get his way, and would constantly butt into my dates with Arthur. We hardly spent any time alone. I was pretty sure he just hated me. Like one time, I was waiting for Arthur in his living room, and Charlie kept giving me death stares. Something on my face?
I was just trying to figure out how someone can look like a horse and a camel at the same time.
That's kind of mean, Charlie.
And you're kinda ugly. Anyway, have fun on the date. It won't last long.
And 10 minutes into the date, Arthur got a call from the babysitter that Charlie had locked himself in the washroom and we had to run back. Then another time, it was Dad's birthday and I had planned a really cool surprise for him. I'd invited all his old friends from the army. Arthur helped me deck up the place and I was arranging the cake when Charlie walked up to me.
Oh, wow. This cake looks yummy. Give me a piece.
Only after my dad cuts it.
But I'm hungry now.
Then eat something else. There's a whole pizza on the counter.
Are you stupid? I said I want the cake.
Charlie tried to get the cake, but I got in his way. He shoved me away, and I accidentally knocked into the cake, which crashed to the floor.
Whoopsie. Guess no one gets to eat it.
What happened? I heard some noise.
Your brother ruined my surprise.
I just asked her to give me some cake.
And I asked you to wait.
Relax, Alicia. We'll get a new cake. I'm sure your dad won't know.
That's not the point, Arthur. Your brother is a spoiled brat. He needs some discipline. You put that kid on a leash, or I swear I will.
He's my brother, not some dog I can put a leash on. I know he made a mistake, but he's just a kid. You know what? We'll just leave. We wouldn't want to ruin your evening any more than we have.
Perfect. Arthur took Charlie's hand and they left. I wanted to stop them, but I was too mad. Later that night, when I calmed down, I realized I might have been too rude and called Arthur up, but he didn't answer. He didn't even show up to school the next day, and neither did Charlie. So I went to his place to talk to him and saw Charlie crying on the porch. What's wrong?
Arthur wasn't here when I woke up this morning, and I don't know where he went.
Did you call him?
He left his phone behind.
Then why didn't you answer when I called? Anyway, don't worry. We'll find him. But till then, you're coming home with me.
No, I don't like you.
You don't have to like me, but I'm not leaving you alone till Arthur gets back.
So annoying.
We waited the whole day for Arthur to show up or get in touch, but he didn't. By nightfall, I decided to sleep in the lounge and offered Charlie my room. If you need anything. The next morning, Arthur was still a no-show. I couldn't reach his mom either, and then remembered he told me she was out of the country on her honeymoon. Next, I asked his friends and colleagues, but none of them knew where he was. Eventually, I contacted the police, but even a week later, they had no news of him, and I was worried sick. What could have possibly happened to him? Meanwhile, Charlie refused to go to school or shower. He mostly kept himself locked in my room and reacted rudely to any nice gesture I made. I was losing my mind. So I turned to Dad for help, and he promised he'd get a word out to his colleagues in the army to track Arthur down. I still don't know what to do with Charlie. He shuts me down every time I try to talk to him.
He's been through a lot, Alicia. What he needs is some distraction to keep his mind off things. After your mom left, you were all over the place. That's why I built such a strict routine for you, so you wouldn't have time to think about her. Maybe you should do something similar.
I decided to to give Dad's advice a shot, and the next morning, I walked to Charlie's room and woke him up. Get up, we're going out.
Is Arthur back?
No.
Then let me sleep and go away.
Nope, you're getting up right now. Charlie resisted, but I dragged him out of bed, and somehow we made it to the bus stop. He kept cursing me the whole way, but I didn't care, and minutes later, we were at our destination, the paintball arena.
I'm not going in there.
Why? Too chicken to lose?
As if you're on.
Charlie and I had a great time at the paintball game, and it was the first time I actually heard him laugh. Afterwards, we went to a trampoline park and jumped our hearts out. By the end, he was so tired he could barely walk, so I called a cab and took him to my favorite burger joint. But he just stood at the entrance and stared. What, you don't like burgers?
No, it's just that this was my favorite place to come with my mom. Every weekend, we'd come here and play our favorite songs on the jukebox machine. And now, she doesn't even call me, and Arthur's left me too.
Arthur will be back in no time, I promise you. He loves you a lot, Charlie, and no matter what, we'll always be here for you.
You too?
Yes, me too. Charlie cried and hugged me tight. For the first time, I saw him as a heartbroken kid who just wanted his family back. Since then, Charlie warmed up to me. We'd have breakfast together, and he would always make my bed when I got home from school. He was a lot calmer and hardly threw a tantrum. I couldn't wait for Arthur to come back and see how much progress Charlie had made, but we still had no leads on him. I wanted to be strong, but with each passing day, my hopes of ever seeing him again were getting dimmer, and it broke my heart. Finally, one night, I broke down in front of Dad. I don't think Arthur's coming back, Dad. It's been weeks, and no one knows where he is. If he was in town, we would have found him by now. And Charlie, he's lost his mom and might lose his brother too. What can I even say to him?
What?
I turned around and saw Charlie standing at the door.
You've been telling me all along the police will find him. You said you were sure.
No, I'm sure he's fine, Charlie. I was just...
Stop lying! Why do all grown-ups lie so much? I hate you! All of you!
And Charlie just ran out of the house. Dad said he'd go after him, and as I was sitting in the kitchen in despair, the phone suddenly rang. It was the police, saying they'd found Arthur in a hospital close to town. I rushed to the location and texted Dad on the way. The doctors at the hospital told me that Arthur was brought in a few days back by the forest rangers. Apparently, he went on a hike and got injured, and since then, he'd been in a coma. I was sitting next to him when Charlie walked in with Dad.
How is he?
He hit his head, but he's out of danger. Doctors say there's a very good chance he'll be just fine. Charlie, promise me, no matter what happens, you and I will never fight again.
I promise. I will never scream again, and I will always be a good brother. He will wake up, right?
What do you think?
Hi, I'm Clover from Oklahoma. Please like and subscribe. I was born to a busy doctor mom who spent most of her days treating patients and performing surgeries. She loved her work so much that when I was about to come into this world, she was busy delivering other babies, and the nurses had to pull her out to deliver me first. She's so pretty, like a snowflake. I was born with blue eyes and white hair, unlike anyone in my entire family. And wherever we'd go, everyone would stare at me. What a unique kid. You should have her tested. Maybe she's an X-Men with mutant DNA.
Oh, go away.
Listening to such stupid people and seeing how Mom got scared for me every time, I decided to fix things on my own. I took some paint colors and decided to color my hair all brown. Oh, Clover, what are you doing, honey?
I don't like strangers coming up to me all the time, Mom. I want to fix it myself so I can be normal like the others.
Sweetie, you are normal, and you don't have to change anything about yourself for anyone.
But they just keep bothering me.
Then give them time. When people see something they're not used to, they get excited, but over time, they'll get over it. Trust me. To my delight, I discovered what Mom said was true. When I started school, at first, all the kids would stare at me, but then they all wanted to be my friend. By the time I was 14, guys would go crazy over me. And even though I secretly liked all the attention, I wanted to focus more on myself and my studies. So I worked my butt off and got into the best high school in Texas. But when I told Mom this, she shocked me with something even bigger. She was going to volunteer in a small village in South Africa and asked me to move in with my aunt, who also lived in Texas. My aunt? How come I've never heard of her after all these years? That's because she ran away to marry a super rich guy and got in touch with me only recently. But why her, Mom? And how am I going to live without you?
The place I'm going to is very remote with almost no communication with the outside world. That's why I want you to stay with family who can look after you when I'm not here. And you're all grown up, honey. There's a world out there you need to explore on your own. Mom hugged me tight, but I really wasn't excited about her leaving like this. Days after Mom left, I took a flight to my aunt's place. But when I reached the address Mom gave me, I got the shock of my life. My aunt wasn't rich. Instead, she lived in a very small house, and when I knocked on the house door, a pan came flying at my face. What, the flying pans? Oh, darling, I am so sorry. It's just this bratty daughter of mine. She keeps throwing nasty fits. You, come on in. She took me inside, and I could see this house hadn't been cleaned in ages. Yikes. It's just a pet. Don't freak out, princess. Freak out? I wanted to run from this place, especially because I had to share a room with nasty Nia, and she was the most unhygienic of all.
So, what's with the white hair? Does it get you the boys, or do you have one of those real conditions like they show in MSA videos?
You watch MSA?
Yeah, and that's how I know I'm the main character. Now take the couch and don't fart all night.
Ew. She was sick, but there was nowhere else I could go now, so I decided to make this place my home. And these people, my family, like Mom had asked me. The next morning, before Aunt and Nia woke up, I cleaned the entire place to give them a surprise. But when I returned from school, the house was all upside down again. You guys, I worked all night to clean this place.
Well, who asked you to do it? And anyway, I couldn't find any of my stuff with everything so tidy, so I messed it all back up.
Ugh, this girl was such a nuisance. I almost wanted to call Mom and tell her to come back. But that's when I learned that Mom got stuck because a serious illness broke out in the area where she was working. And the government in that state announced an emergency and sealed it. So when's Mom gonna come back? And is she okay?
Yeah, she's safe, but I have no idea when she'll be back. Now tell me, did you clean the house all by yourself? Your mom told me you can cook too. And did she give you any money?
And even though my heart kept sinking thinking about Mom, my aunt would keep me busy with the house chores. And just like that, I became a live-in maid for these people. And Nia and I became like siblings who quarreled all the time.
What did you do with my boots? I sold them for $40 at school. Profit, you see. Only you ain't smart.
They cost more than $400. Oh, you're so stupid. She'd even have wild parties at home just before my tests to annoy me. And my aunt would sleep peacefully on the couch, like a deaf bear in hibernation. God knows how she managed to run the house without money. She didn't give me any allowance, and I decided it was time to make my own money. So I took up a job at a local salon, but then one evening, while I was on my way back home, rain started pouring, and I started to run, but just then, a car came and stopped right in front of me. Camilla, get in. I kept ignoring him because that wasn't my name, but the guy kept following me in his car and then stepped out. I turned around to hit him, but he held my hand firmly. Hey, chill. Look, I'm not gonna force you to come back with me, but just listen to me once, okay? He let go of my hand and kept talking to me like I was someone else. Look, sir, I think you're mistaken. I'm not Camilla. It can't be. You both look so similar. God, is that your real hair? He then apologized to me and went away, but only after a few seconds, he came back running. What now? I can at least drop you at home. It's terrible weather and I'd like to apologize for my misunderstanding. He seemed like a nice guy, and because of the rain, I decided to take the lift. But on our way home, he showed me pictures of this girl who looked just like me. What's this? Did you Photoshop these? And then he told me something shocking. This girl was a model, but she ran away, and ever since then, he's been searching for her. But I'm not her. I know. That's why I want your help. Until I find her, do you think you can work in her place? And I'll pay you a lot, too. Me? I can hardly walk properly in slippers. I'm no model, but I can teach you. Look, I don't want to force you, but I took advance payments and Camilla ran away with all the money. Now, if you won't do the shows, I'll have to refund triple the amount and I'll go broke. I felt bad for him, but I had school and even Mom wasn't around, so I politely refused. But then a few days later when I woke up, I saw all the stuff was put out in the garden for an auction sale. Nia, what the heck are you doing with all my stuff?
Making more money out of it. Your mom's gone and we have no idea when she's coming back. You can't just stay with us for free. So, who wants this shawl?
Hey, that's my mom's. Give it to me. We both pulled it apart and went flying in different directions with the shawl ripping into pieces. I felt terrible seeing this and just wanted to move out now. So I called up James, the guy in the car, and took his offer on one condition, that he'd let me continue with school, and he agreed. He took me to the modeling agency dressed as Camilla, and later that night when I was in bed, I heard a knock on my window. James, what are you doing here?
I'm grateful that you agreed to do this, Clover. So, I bought you this.
I stuffed my mouth knowing I had to go on a diet from the next day. But from then onwards, James would sneak into my room every night and teach me how to act like Camilla, along with how to pose and walk like a model. He'd even pick me up and drop me back at school. And we'd have so much fun together that it felt like I had a new best friend that I could trust. Then on the day of my first ramp show, I was getting dressed in the green room when I heard a familiar voice. I went out to check and saw Nia was yelling at James. If you don't pay me the rest of the money now, I'm gonna tell her the truth.
Here, take this for now. I'll pay you the rest later.
James went off, but I couldn't help thinking what all this was about. Nia, what are you doing here? And what's this money for?
Why should I tell you, smarty princess? Did Mama teach you to be street smart and not get used?
Get used? What do you mean?
He paid me to make things difficult for you at home after he met you, so you'd take his offer. He followed you that night and knew you lived in my house, so we talked.
You're lying.
Of course, that's what you'll think because you've always thought of yourself as someone superior to me, and as a fool because I lived in poverty.
There was no way she was right about this. So I immediately went to James and confronted him about this.
I'm sorry, Clover, but I just wanted you to take the offer desperately, and I couldn't think of anything else.
But why? Why would you do that?
I don't want to gain sympathy, Clover, but the truth is, I have a chronic disease and I need lots of money for the treatment. Here, you can see my medical records.
Oh, James, I'm sorry to hear this, but I'm not yet sure if this justifies what you did, man.
I know. I just wanted to save my life, Clover. I know it was wrong, and I couldn't live with myself knowing I had tricked you into this, but I'm glad the truth came out. And it's okay if you leave, but...
I'm not leaving.
What? Look, I don't want you to think of me as some charity case.
No, it's not charity. What you did was wrong, but ever since, you've just been nice to me, and I want to help you, James. He hugged me tight, and then I rushed to the stage because I was already late for the show. But the minute I got onto the stage, I realized there was something wrong with my dress. Thankfully, the model right behind me saw this and helped me cover it. And the show was a super hit. James took me out to celebrate, and he looked so happy.
God, you were breathtaking today. And so many people wanted to sign you for more modeling jobs, but I refused since you have school.
What? No, you should have taken the offers.
But Clover, I don't want you to compromise on something you love. Besides, I told you, it'd only be a few shows and then you can go back to your previous life.
But what if I don't wanna? I love doing what I do right now, and this isn't for anyone else but me. So you should take the offers, James. That brought the brightest smile on his face, and from then onward, I started working harder. I did 2 more shows for big brands, but then one day, something bizarre happened. As I walked out of the changing space, I got the shock of my life. Camilla? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? I saw you on the TV and magazines pretending to be me. Why the heck would you do that? 'Cause you ran away with James's money and he needed help. That's a pathetic lie. I ran because James is the biggest jerk on the planet. He used cheap tricks to get me into the spotlight, like messing with my wardrobe, and then wanted to make me do cheap shows for good money that he could make. What are you saying? Tell me none of that has ever happened to you, and he didn't use some cheap tricks to gain your sympathy. He's a big liar and crazy about money. He tricked me into signing some bad modeling projects, and when I refused to do them, he threatened me legally. That's why I ran away. All of a sudden, the ground beneath my feet shifted, and I felt devastated. But I knew I couldn't be weak now, and I had to come up with a plan to teach this jerk a lesson. There was one person I knew who could help me come up with an evil scheme, but she wasn't gonna do it for free. So, now the smarty pants princess needs my help. Yeah, the jerk didn't pay me the amount we agreed on. Can you imagine someone conning Nia, the queen of conning? And yeah, I'll help you, and I expect payment. So I want every penny you have saved up, and I want a foot massage. Fine, as long as you take a bath for once. We came up with a plan, and then a few days later, James came up to me with a bunch of documents.
Just like you said, I took on those projects and now we just need to sign the papers.
Oh, that's amazing. Did you sign them already?
Yeah, I did.
Perfect. Now let's put this on and let's get you on the ramp. Camilla, what nonsense. It's the same thing you've been doing to the other models all this time. Now it's your turn. What do you mean? These papers that you signed say that you owe us 2 times the money that you earned from all these projects, and if you fail to pay, you'll go to jail. What? How's this possible? These papers...
I changed them. I broke into your office while Clover distracted you and changed these. Easy peasy.
And I paid her to do that. I'm sorry, but I was desperate too. He tried to run away, but Camilla had called the cops in time and he got caught. As he was being taken away, Nia turned to us.
Now, try to be a little more careful next time. Both of you idiots.
You're right. Thanks for your help, Nia. And Clover, I want the money you promised to give me.
Also, I have something to tell you, but no drama or I'll slap you. My mom called and said your mom is back and with my mom now.
I was standing in the grocery section examining an apple when my eyes shifted to a man nervously eyeing the cereal boxes. I casually dropped a sack of flour into my shopping cart, then hid behind a rack and scanned the man's face on my watch. Suspect identified: Tobias Steele, known for industrial espionage and diamond heists. Approach with caution. Slowly, I moved my cart closer to Tobias.
Hey, could you pass me 10 boxes of Fruit Loops, please? I'm too short. Don't you just love Fruit Loops? They're the best.
I don't like anything sweet.
Everyone likes Fruit Loops, dude. That's just criminal.
Tobias looked at me nervously, then suddenly started running in the opposite direction. I flung the sack of flour at his head and he fell. Then I pinned him to the ground. Who are you? Your worst nightmare. Hi, my name is Jane, and I'm a secret agent with the CIA. Please like and subscribe to MSA. I grew up with my scientist dad and identical twin sister Camilla. Mom left us when we were babies, and Dad was always busy in his science lab in our basement, so we weren't too close. Having a twin sister wasn't the greatest thing either, because Camilla and I had nothing in common. She was much more girly and a social butterfly, and we never got along even as kids. We further drifted apart in middle school when she made friends with the school bully Kira, and I got into boxing. Soon, I was acing every competition in town. I was good. So good that at 15, the CIA secretly approached me and recruited me. 3 years later, I'm their smartest agent ever. Of course, my family didn't know. They thought I was a weird, introverted tomboy with a thing for flannel shirts and books. After pinning down another criminal, I was sitting in the school cafeteria when suddenly Kira started sniffing me.
Ew, you smell like trash. When was the last time you washed your hair? Or shaved your armpits?
About the same time you two said something worth paying attention to. Oh wait, that was never. OMG, shut up. Ryan just walked in. Kira, quick, how am I looking? Fix my lip gloss, will you? Camilla was a popular girl, but Ryan was the star of the school. Football team captain, really handsome, totally dumb. You know the list. Camilla started walking in Ryan's direction, smiling and waving at him, but he just smiled and looked away.
Ouch, that was painful. Anyway, just get my milkshake, Cammy, and stop wasting time on these dumb boys.
You look desperate. Kira walked away, and Camilla was leaving too, but I stopped her. Why do you do everything she says? She's not the boss of you. And you are? Just keep your nose in your books and out of my business. Got it? Loud and clear. Just then, my phone started buzzing like crazy. My secret phone, and I knew it was time for another mission. This time, it was about someone named Belinda Holland, who was running a secret lab on her private island. My mission was to locate that lab, gather intel, and report back. And Belinda's son, Ryan, happened to be the same guy Camilla was head over heels for. For the next few days, I noted every little detail about Ryan. When he practiced football, what he had for breakfast, even the girls he flirted with, just to find that one golden opportunity to strike up a conversation with him, and then get closer. But every time I tried to make a move, something or someone would interrupt us. I was starting to think luck wasn't on my side when one night I caught Camilla sneaking out. Ow, ow, ow! My arm! You're freaking strong for a girl! Gee, thank you. Where are you going in the middle of the night? To a party, obviously. Ryan's mom has this cool resort on a private island, and he's taking me and Kira there tonight. It's kind of a big deal because no one's ever been on it before, and I really want to go. You know how much I like him. private island. Bingo! It had to be the same island where the lab was located. I mean, how many islands can one person own? I know it's MSA, but let's be realistic, guys. I just had to get to this party. Fine, but are you sure you want to wear that? That dress looks a bit dated. You think? Wait, what do you know about fashion? I know what suits my sister, and this isn't working. Tell you what, you change and I will hold the door for you. Camilla looked at me suspiciously, but then left to change. Once she was inside the washroom, I quickly closed the door and locked it. Dad wasn't gonna hear her anytime soon in his basement. I'm sorry, I'll explain everything later. I fixed my hair, did some makeup, and when I was done, I looked exactly like Camilla. Yeah, we were identical, but this was the first time I actually saw it. I took a cab to the dock and got there just in time. I was just getting my bag out when this guy tapped on my shoulder.
Are you excited? I've never been to one of Ryan's exclusive parties before. Does this mean I'm famous now? I'm Patrick, by the way, Ryan's cousin.
I'm Cam. Before I could introduce myself, the boy screamed and then jumped on me.
It's a frog! Oh no, it senses my fear. Please save me. I've never even had a girlfriend or a kiss. Will you kiss me? Please. It's my last wish before I die. Or no, wait, kiss the frog and maybe it'll turn into a prince or something.
What? It doesn't work like that, and it's gone so you can get down. You're awfully heavy. Patrick let me go, and soon after, we boarded the sailboat along with Kira and Ryan and headed for the island. As soon as we got there, I started scanning the place, but it just looked like a regular beach. And I noticed that we had no signals on our phones.
I know you guys are wondering where we are, but trust me, this will be the best experience of your life. I just have a feeling.
Before Ryan could finish, a huge coconut fell on his head and knocked him out. Is he dead? It's a coconut, Kira, not a meteor. He'll be fine. Only he wasn't. We waited for Ryan to wake up on his own. But since it was too dark and none of us knew the way to the resort except Ryan, we decided to camp on the beach. And the next morning, I woke up to Ryan screaming his lungs out.
Oh my god, what am I doing here? Who are you? And why are you sunbathing next to me?
Ha ha, very funny. Stop the games and let's go to this resort. I really need to pee.
What? I don't know you, okay? Or do I? My head is hurting. God.
Ryan, what year is it?
2015?
That's when I realized that the coconut probably hit him too hard and Ryan was suffering from amnesia. I quickly woke up the rest and we decided to go back to the city to get Ryan checked. But when we turned around to leave, we saw the boat had drifted into the ocean because Patrick forgot to anchor it properly. You've gotta be kidding me.
I was still recovering from the whole frog thing. Are we gonna die here? Wait, did you guys kidnap me? I might not remember everything, but I know for a fact that I'm rich.
Oh, I know what we can do to save our lives. My aunt taught me this ritual. Suddenly, Kira got down on her knees and started chanting something. Oh, my lord, Kumbaya, please save us. Don't let us get eaten by dolphins. As a sacrifice, I'm giving up my vintage Chanel sunglasses. Please accept this. Hoo la la la, hoo la la la, hoo hoo. Kira, can you please not act like an idiot for once and let me focus? What's gotten into you, Camilla? You're not usually this snarky, and I was just helping. It's not like I forgot to anchor the boat.
I said I was still hung up on the frog. Can someone please tell me what's happening?
Shut up, all of you! Focus. We have two choices. Either we stay here crying about a boat, or we walk till we find the resort. Everyone calmed down and decided to go with the second option, which was to find the resort. But the heat was killing us, and we couldn't spot anything for hours. To top it all, Kira was an absolute brat and kept asking me to piggyback her. When I refused, she threw a fit, and one of the boys had to step in. It wasn't until sunset that we came across a big building that looked really creepy. Thankfully, it wasn't so bad on the inside, and we slept like babies. But in the middle of the night, I woke up to a faint humming sound. I was sure it was coming from somewhere in the room and carefully scanned every corner trying to find the origin of the sound when I saw a tall figure standing at the end of the hall. Who's there? No answer. I can hurt you really, really bad. I know kickboxing and kung fu. Still no answer, and the sound kept growing louder as I got closer. It was too dark. I couldn't see the face and was sweating bricks when suddenly Patrick jumped out of the shadows wearing headphones.
Ah, what are you doing?
What are you doing? And why were you making that sound?
I was just singing. It helps calm me down. You should try it.
I relaxed a bit, and both Patrick and I sat down. As we got talking, I asked him more about Ryan and Belinda. He was Ryan's cousin after all.
I've never really met Ryan before. I was here on vacation, and when he heard I was in town, he invited me to this party. My mom hates his family because she thinks Ryan's mom is kinda snooty.
Rich and pretty people are often snooty.
Well, I guess that means you're not rich then. But you are pretty. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say you looked poor. I meant, watch out!
Just then, Patrick pulled me in as a lizard fell from the ceiling. We were so close, I could practically feel him breathing on my face. It wasn't so bad to look at, actually.
Ew, no, Jane, snap out of it.
That was a close call.
It's a lizard. Also, you're kind of strangling me.
Sorry.
Patrick and I left for bed soon after, and the next morning, I woke up extra early to check the places for clues when I noticed that Ryan was missing. I searched for him everywhere in the house, but he was nowhere to be seen. So I rushed outside and walked around till I spotted Ryan standing under a coconut tree.
What are you doing? I figured if I stand here long enough, a coconut might fall on my head again and I might get my memory back.
I don't think that's how it works, Ryan. Let's go back. We started walking back when I noticed a weird-looking bird following us. I grabbed it to take a closer look when I saw a small camera under its tail. Holy cow, this was a surveillance bird. Just then, the bird started flapping its wings like crazy, making loud beeping sounds, and within seconds, a black van arrived and 2 guards came running in our direction.
You're outnumbered, sweetheart. Surrender peacefully, and we might go easy on you.
Please, I fought tougher men than you before breakfast. Let's dance. I launched into some of my best boxing moves, knocking one of the guards to the ground, but the other guard pulled me into a tight grip. I tried to fight my way, but he was too strong, and the next thing I knew, he pushed me into the back of a van with a really weird smell, and soon everything went dark. When I woke up, I was in a big room with my hands tied to a pole, and Ryan was sitting across from me playing video games.
Oh hey, you're up, finally. Care for some candy?
No, you idiot, untie me.
Oh yeah, sorry. I've been a little in and out with my memory since Mom got me here this morning. There, all done.
As Ryan untied me, I quickly got up to run, but just as I turned around, a woman walked in, and I immediately recognized her from the photos, Belinda Holland. She saw my hands untied and screamed at Ryan.
What have you done, you moron? Guards, catch her!
I bolted towards the door and managed to escape the room, but just as I turned the corner, I saw the guards running towards me, blocking the exit. Come on, Jane, you were trained for this. Knock him down. I took a defensive stance and was ready to attack when suddenly the window next to me shattered and Patrick jumped in. What are you doing here?
Saving your butt, of course.
Where's Kira?
You didn't think I'd bring her on a rescue mission.
Good call. Also, that glass could have hurt me, hero.
Oh, yeah. Didn't think that through.
Dude, look out! Guard incoming, 9 o'clock. But Patrick failed to react in time and the guard pinned him to the ground. But I kicked the guard in the face.
Next time, just say duck or dodge or something. I'm bad with directions.
Got it. We started throwing punches and kicks left and right, and we were surprisingly well synchronized. I didn't know Patrick could fight like that, and he looked so hot doing it. After knocking the guards down, Patrick and I ran like crazy up some stairs. We must have climbed over 7 floors before stopping in front of a door with a passcode. Maybe it's Ryan's birthday. It's his mom's place after all. Patrick started punching numbers like crazy.
Okay, it didn't work. Maybe it's his parents' anniversary. It could be his jersey number or locker combination, his blood report number.
Are you in love with Ryan or something? How do you know so much about him?
Because I did my homework. Special Agent Patrick Yapper, NSA.
You're an agent? So am I, CIA. So you're not Ryan's cousin?
I am, but I'm also an agent. It was my mission to stay close to the family and get information about some secret lab. And can you stop talking? I'm trying to concentrate.
Yeah, sure. Dude, you're like the clumsiest agent ever.
That was just my cover. I'm not that clumsy, okay?
Sure, whatever you say. How did you find me?
I heard some loud beeping sounds, ran out, saw you get abducted, and followed you here. Also, I maneuvered through a laser maze, fought almost 1,000 guards, and came here to save you.
That sounds like an exaggeration. But wait, you came here to save me and not for the mission? Why?
What do you mean, why? Because oh God, I can hear footsteps. I have to break this door down. Brace yourself.
Before I could react, Patrick took a deep breath and charged at the door, but it was made of metal and he stumbled backwards right into my arms. There now. All good, princess.
Happens to the best of us.
I looked around and saw a fire extinguisher, which I used to smash open the lock. When the door flew open, we saw something that blew our minds. There was a huge machine in the middle of the room that looked like some kind of weapon. We were inspecting it when Belinda walked in with her guards and Kira.
What are you doing here? I told you to stay back in the room.
I couldn't stay back when the love of my life was taken away from me. Camilla, I love you. If we survive this, I'd love to take you out sometime. What? I thought it was obvious. I have always loved you. I was just jealous that you liked that idiot Ryan. No offense, ma'am.
None taken. Let's get to the point. You will not be leaving till your dad comes here and gives me the key chemical I need to finish my master project. What chemical? And what's my dad got to do with any of this? Belinda went on to tell me how my dad was actually working for the government and he was the only person who could make the chemical she needed. That's why I asked Ryan to invite you here, so I could use you as bait and get your dad to help me. But unfortunately, my son's an idiot and lost his memory. Also, I didn't know you were an agent, so that kind of messed up my plan. A little tip, cooperate and I might be lenient with you. I have a little tip for you too, ma'am. Don't watch the mouth, watch the hands. With that, I landed a solid blow right on Belinda's face, sending her stumbling backwards. In the meantime, Patrick picked up the weapon and hung it over the railing.
One move and I swear this thing will go over the edge.
Patrick, your family, son.
Family my butt. You didn't even know I existed till I showed up at your door. Tell your guards to drop their weapons and release Kira, now.
Belinda reluctantly signaled her guards, and when they'd put their weapons down, I took the phone from one of the guards and alerted my team. Within minutes, reinforcements arrived via helicopters and arrested Belinda, seized the lab, and safeguarded the weapon. Ryan, too, was taken in for questioning. When everything was wrapped, Patrick, Kira, and I went back to the mainland, where I saw Dad and Camilla waiting for me. I rushed to them immediately. Why didn't you ever tell me you worked for the government, Dad?
You never told me you were a spy either. That's just how things are. But Janie, I am so proud of you.
Thanks, Dad.
Wait, you're not Camilla?
No, I am. Before I could react, Camilla started hitting me like crazy.
Who does that to their own sister? You locked me and you took my phone? You know I can't live without my phone. Ow! I'm sorry, but it was important. Ow!
I swear to God, if you put yourself in danger again, I will kill you.
Are you crying?
Aw, I'm glad you're here. By the time I was done meeting with my family and briefing the team on what happened, I noticed that Patrick was gone. I couldn't even thank him properly. And worse, tell him that I might have a little crush on him. A few weeks passed after the operation, and I was informed that Belinda had finally confessed that she was working for an enemy organization. Ryan was sent to his dad in Germany, and I never heard from him again. Kira finally asked Camilla out, but unfortunately, Camilla didn't feel the same way about her, and they mutually decided to take a break from their friendship. Meanwhile, I tried to use all my sources to find out where Patrick was, but it was like he disappeared into thin air. Then one day, I was in a coffee shop when I heard a huge crash.
Ow, my head.
Patrick, what are you doing here? What happened to your clothes?
I got lost, then took a little detour and fell into a puddle. Then 2 minutes later, I walked into a flower shop to get you some flowers, but ended up tripping over something there too. But I know you like to come here often, so I thought of giving it a shot and voila.
How did you know I came here? Have you been stalking me?
You make it sound like stalking's a bad thing. Stalking just means caring enough to find out things about people that they don't want to tell you themselves. Look, I like you, Jane, and I know I'm kind of clumsy and stupid, and I say all the wrong things, but I was hoping I could get to know you better. But Kira asked you out and...
Hold on a second. Kira likes my sister, Camilla. I'm very much into boys, especially clumsy ones.
Really?
Yes, but you can't disappear like that again.
Noted. Now, can I kiss you spy style?
Patrick took me by the waist and leaned in to kiss me, but ended up losing his balance and we both crashed into a table. Why am I not surprised? Hi everyone, I'm Anastasia from Ukraine. Please like and subscribe. My parents were obsessed with my little sister. Everything they did revolved around her. Holidays, clothes shopping, family dinners, all of it was for Eleanor. It was like I was invisible. I had worked so hard this year at school and even became top of my class, but even that barely got my parents to stop fawning over Eleanor for more than 2 seconds. Our annual vacations were just random spots Eleanor pointed to on a map. She didn't even know where she was pointing. Last year, we ended up in Antarctica because of her. My parents thought she was so adorable in her little snowsuit. Meanwhile, I was freezing because they forgot to buy me a winter coat. This year was gonna be different though. My dad pulled me aside to talk last month.
You've been such a great big sister, letting Eleanor take center stage all the time. But you worked so hard this year and you deserve a reward. What do you want to do for family vacation?
I want to go on a cruise. I was so excited. A real vacation on a real cruise ship. For once, we were doing what I wanted. When I walked into the living room, Eleanor had her eyes closed, and then she spun around and pointed to somewhere on the map.
Looks like we're going to Panama.
Dad just said I was choosing.
You both are. We'll go on a cruise to Panama.
I can't just have 1 year that's just mine.
You're being very selfish, Anastasia. This is a compromise. You should be happy.
Why is it always me who has to compromise while Eleanor gets everything she wants? My dad looked apologetic, but he didn't stick up for me. I started to stomp off, but then I slipped on my sister's stupid toy. So annoying. I couldn't even storm away without her ruining it. But as soon as we got on the ship, I decided, you know what? I wasn't gonna let it ruin my vacation. I was gonna ditch my family and do my own thing. My parents probably wouldn't even notice me being gone anyway. I couldn't believe it. The ship was gigantic, not to mention gorgeous. I was so ready for this. Our cabin was a little small for 4 people, but that's all right. I didn't plan on spending much time in the room.
We were thinking of hitting the buffet.
Sorry, can't. I'm going to the pool. I zoomed out of there so fast, I practically left a dust cloud. I wasn't gonna get stuck in a buffet line with a bunch of old people and little kids. At the pool, I was lounging on a chair with a good romance book and not a care in the world. The best part? No nagging parents or annoying little sister in sight. I let myself fantasize about meeting a cute guy who looks like the cover model from my romance novel. Hey, not likely, but I could dream. At sunset, I walked to the railing. The sky swirled like cotton candy, and the ocean sparkled in every direction. Then I heard him.
Beautiful.
When I turned to look, I saw a boy with a long blonde mane like a lion. Was I crazy, or did he look exactly like the hero from my romance novel?
The view's not bad either.
Wow, that was cheesy, but I couldn't help blushing anyway.
Hi, I'm Damon.
I'm Anastasia.
Anastasia, let me know if there's anything you need.
That's kind of a weird thing to say to a stranger.
I work here.
He pointed to his uniform. Of course. I felt so embarrassed. Keep it together, Anastasia. He's just doing his job. Sorry.
No worries. Want a tour?
Yeah, that would be great. Damon took me on a private tour of the entire ship. I was trying to pay attention to all the interesting facts he was telling me, but I kept thinking about how much he looked like the hero from my romance novel. Was this a dream? Or maybe my fantasies becoming real? When we passed by the kiddie pool, my sister started jumping up and down and waving her arms. Anastasia! Anastasia! Come swim with me! I put my hands over my eyes and pretended I couldn't see her. Maybe it wasn't the nicest thing to do, but I needed to set boundaries. This was my time. Damon took me up to the bridge where the captain and all the navigation tools were. It was amazing. Is it okay to be here so late? It's almost night. That's when the captain came in and yelled at us. I guess it wasn't okay. Damon took my hand and we raced back down to the main deck. What happened? I didn't know we were breaking the rules.
Technically, we're not supposed to schedule tours this late.
Damon, I don't want to get you in trouble.
You're worth it.
How would you know? You just met me. Maybe I'm a criminal.
Even if you were, I'd still like you.
My heart started to thump in my chest. Damon gently took my hand in his and then kissed me under the stars. In the cabin that night, I lay awake thinking of the kiss. I felt like I'd been transported into a real-life romance novel. Even Eleanor's snoring couldn't wipe the smile off my face. The next morning, I couldn't wait to see Damon again. But before I could leave, my mom blocked me at the door.
You know, this is supposed to be a family vacation. I'd like you to spend some time with us and your sister.
I can't right now. I already made plans. Besides, I see you guys every day. You're not coming to breakfast, Anastasia?
Yes, she is.
Yay! But Mom, my friend's shift starts at lunchtime. If I don't see him now,
you can see your new friend afterwards.
She didn't listen to a word I said. I was too mad to eat when we got to the cafeteria. I watched the guests at the pool having a blast. Meanwhile, I was stuck here with my parents and annoying sister. And the lady at the next table over was throwing a temper tantrum. Something about her earrings being missing. Eleanor showed me the smiley face she made with her pancakes and bacon, but I wasn't in the mood.
Do you want to help me build sandcastles when we get to shore, Anastasia?
Maybe. I knew I couldn't say no here, or else Eleanor would start crying and make breakfast even more unbearable than it already was. Anastasia, stop sulking and eat your breakfast. I tipped the plate over into my mouth like it was a bag of chips and finished the whole thing in one bite. Then I gave my mom my most sarcastic smile. Can I go now?
Go ahead, sweetie.
I hightailed it out of there before my mom could contradict my dad. Damon wasn't on the sun deck where we agreed to meet, but that made sense. I was over an hour late. Thanks a lot, Mom. I searched all over the ship, but I didn't see him anywhere. Finally, after searching forever, I approached a crew member and asked him if he'd seen Damon. What he told me made my head spin. He told me that no one named Damon worked on this ship. I said there must have been some mistake. I showed him my romance novel and said Damon looked just like the model. But the crew member said he didn't know Damon or anyone else who matched that description. I needed to think. Had I misheard Damon? No, he definitely told me he worked on the boat. He had the uniform and everything. Maybe I'd fallen asleep by the pool and dreamed the whole thing. No, I knew Damon and our magical day together was real. It had to be. There was just one thing left for me to do. I had to find him. I searched high and low, from the engine room to the balcony on the sun deck. There was no sign of him. I was almost ready to give up when I caught sight of a familiar-looking shoulder turning down the hall up ahead. I crept closer and peered around the corner. Sure enough, it was Damon. Staying as quiet as I could, I tiptoed to the door to see what he was doing. In a small cabin, Damon dumped out the contents of a backpack onto the bed. I covered a gasp. Something sparkled. It was jewelry. Expensive jewelry by the looks of it. There were rubies, gems, gold rings, diamond necklaces, and earrings. Am I interrupting?
Anastasia, I can explain.
Did you steal all of these? And what happened to your hair? Damon no longer had the long, luscious locks of the cover model from my romance novel. His hair was shorter and darker now. You did! You stole all of this! No wonder you said you'd still like me if I was a criminal. Because you're a criminal!
I'll tell you everything. Please, just hear me out, okay?
It turned out Damon had seen me by the pool reading the romance novel, then intentionally changed his hair to look like the cover model. That way, he knew I'd be interested when he came over to talk to me. And it got even worse. The whole time he was giving me the tour, he was secretly stealing jewelry from the guests we walked past. I felt so stupid, like I was an accomplice.
Look, I understand if you hate me now, but I didn't do all this for myself. My mom is really sick, and we're too poor to afford her surgery. Now, I can finally get her the medical care that she needs.
You should have been honest with me. What if people think I was helping you?
I would never give you up, Anastasia. If I get caught, I'll take the full blame, I promise. And I really am into you. That part wasn't a lie.
I was still mad, but he really did have a good reason. My mom drove me crazy, but if she was sick, I'd still do anything I could to help her get better.
Maybe we can hang out in Panama when the ship docks tomorrow.
I know you did what you did to help your mom, but you used me. I'm not ready to just forgive you and act like it never happened.
I understand. If you change your mind, I'll be at the hospital visiting my mom.
When we got to the shore, I had to give Eleanor credit. Panama was really beautiful. The city was so bright and colorful, and the beaches were unbelievable. And the weather was definitely nicer than Antarctica's. Eleanor looked so lonely building a sandcastle by herself. I felt guilty. I had been kind of distant toward her on the trip so far. I think this castle needs a moat. What do you think?
And more turrets and a drawbridge.
To be honest, hanging out with her wasn't that bad. We even went collecting seashells, and she told me how when she grew up, she wanted to be like me. Really? Why?
You're the smartest person I know. You do so well in school. You're like a rock star.
I had never realized how much she paid attention to me. I wouldn't go that far, but thanks. When I looked over at my parents, I could tell they were glad to see us getting along. We finished up at the beach, and I decided to stop by the hospital to see Damon. After having some time to cool down, I wasn't that mad anymore, and I thought with all this stress from his mom being sick,
It might be nice for him to have a visitor. But then when I was about to leave, my mom got in the way again. We're going to family dinner. All of us. I just spent all day with you guys. I need to go see my friend. He's going through a really hard time right now and he needs my support. Anastasia, your sister needs you too. I'm tired of always having to put Eleanor's needs before my own. What about me? What if I want to have fun or help my friend? You're being selfish again. Selfish? If she wanted my kidney, you'd probably make me give that to her too. You have 2 kidneys, honey. If your sister needs one, you should give it to her. See what I mean? Before anyone could stop me, I stormed off. I needed to get away. My family was smothering me. At the hospital, I stopped in the gift shop to grab a get-well card for Damon's mom. I could see Damon through a window checking in on her. Aw, he was being so sweet with her. I understood now why he did what he did. I didn't want to intrude, but Damon saw me and came out.
It means a lot that you came. And thanks for not selling me out.
Of course, I got your mom a card.
Thanks. I'll give it to her later. She's sleeping now.
No, she's awake. Look, she's waving at me. I can give it to her now.
If you want. I'm just gonna go grab us some coffees.
While Damon left, I went in to give his mom the card.
Thank you, dear. You're not a nurse, are you?
No, I'm Damon's friend. We met on the cruise.
Damon? Is that the nice young man who was just in here?
You mean your son, right?
Oh no, I don't have a son. I have 3 daughters. Have you seen my bracelet? It was just right here.
I froze. Did Damon really trick me again? I sprinted out of the room to look for him. No way was I gonna let him get away with it this time. There! Up ahead, Damon was sneaking toward the exit with a duffel bag over his shoulder. He saw me chasing him and started to run. I wasn't gonna make it on time. He was almost to the door, and I knew when he got outside, he would disappear forever. Somebody stop him! He's a thief! Suddenly, Damon tripped on a toy. He tumbled to the floor, and the bag spilled jewelry everywhere. Bullseye! It was Eleanor with my parents. They must have followed me to the hospital. Security came over and grabbed Damon before he could try to escape again. You know what? You didn't look that much like the cover model. He has way more muscles than you. I turned to Eleanor. I was so happy to see her that I actually hugged her. Anastasia, why don't you like me? Of course I like you, Eleanor. Sometimes I just want to do my own thing, that's all. But no matter what, I'll always love you and I'll always be your big sister. My dad started crying seeing us hug. He was such a big baby. And then something even more shocking happened.
I'm sorry, Anastasia. We should have given you more free time. We'll compromise more on the next vacation, I promise.
Perfect. Who's hungry? I'm starving. I could eat. I let Eleanor hop on my back and gave her a piggyback ride to the restaurant. She may have been an annoying little sister, but she was my annoying little sister. Hi, I'm Reese from North Dakota, but everyone calls me Bug because of my love for, well, it's easy to guess, insects. But before I continue, please hit like and subscribe. My mom says my passion started in the crib. She remembers that when I was a baby and I was crying my lungs out, a ladybug landed on my nose and I immediately calmed down. Most people don't like insects, but for me, they're just so cute. Luckily, I wasn't the only one who loved bugs. My neighbor Thomas shared my passion. The moment they moved in, our moms became besties and started planning our whole lives together. We grew up listening to the same music, eating the same food, and even having matching clothes. It was like we were twins, except we weren't even related. I would drag him all over the fields and woods, and we'd come home covered in mud and grinning from ear to ear. It was the best. You're the best mud monster friend ever. And you're the best spider catcher friend ever. But everything changed when we were in the 4th grade. I was excited to show my teacher the worms I'd collected from the garden, but the only thing I had to put them in was my lunchbox. So I had to toss my sandwiches to make room for my new little friends. Everyone is gonna think you're gonna eat them for lunch. I thought it was a silly fear, but when I got to science class, everyone was teasing me about my worm lunch. Thomas, tell them it's not true. But they are in your lunchbox. The whole class laughed, and I felt my face turn bright red.
Thomas eats his boogers.
It wasn't true, but now everyone was laughing at him, and we both felt angry and betrayed. After that epic fight, things between Thomas and me were awkward. He stopped coming on bug hunting missions with me, and there was always this weird tension in the air, like we were both waiting for the other to start something up again. And then the pranks started rolling in, and they never stopped, even as we were growing up. And that's how Thomas turned from my best friend to my worst enemy. He was the proof that you can be a beautiful butterfly on the outside and a stink bug on the inside. Every day was a new prank. Like in 8th grade, I was already late for my final exams, and he had glued my locker shut. Are you feeling stuck?
You jerk. I have never met anyone so annoying in my life. Why does he have to be so annoyingly handsome? What a waste of good cheekbones.
And the other morning, when I was about to leave for a jog, I stepped in dog poop right outside my door, and I didn't even own a dog. You guessed it right. Who else could it be? But like a bee against a wasp, I wasn't intimidated by his sting. I gave as good as I got. And the next weekend, when they were away, I snuck into his house and switched his toothpaste with cheddar. Say cheese! And also rearranged his room's furniture since I was at it. This was a war, and we gave no quarter. Unfortunately, our poor classmate John was often caught in the crossfire. One time, he sat on the wrong chair, which Thomas had covered in tacks. What is wrong with you, man? You did this all for Reese because you wanted to make fun of her? Just stay away from her, or what? You want to fight? Come on, John, don't waste your energy on him. I'll settle this with him. So another time after art class, I prepared a little surprise in a bucket. And unfortunately, John got a face full of green paint. I'm so sorry, John. That was for Thomas. If he hadn't ducked, everyone started laughing hard at John, and I felt so bad for him. I ruined your clothes. I need to make it up to you. No, just stop. Didn't you and Thomas used to be such great friends? Don't remind me. But when I started junior year, I promised myself that I would not rise to the bait, no matter what Thomas did. I walked into school on the first day with a smile when, looks like it's raining inside. How dare you! I snatched the umbrella from Thomas, ready to teach him a lesson, but then I slipped on the wet floor and I mistakenly smacked against John, who was just passing by. Ouch! Oh no, I'm so sorry. Everyone started laughing at John, but he didn't utter a word and just left. That's it, Thomas. Just leave me alone, okay? I'm tired of all this. And from the next day on, I ignored Thomas throughout, and our prank war stopped. But I could feel Thomas watching me, and I knew it was just a matter of time before he struck again. Well, I didn't care. Now it was time to chase my dream, fund the Creepy Crawler Club, and become its president. Join the Bug Club! Free ant hat! I was determined to make it a reality, but I ended up looking silly in high school and no one joined. I was feeling devastated, but then something happened that changed everything. One day, I opened my gym bag and a note fell out. A note? Is this the 1960s? Why not WhatsApp? Must be another one of Thomas's pranks. I shouldn't open it, but curiosity won.
I saw a yellow-branded bumblebee in the schoolyard near the fountain.
I've been dying to see one for years, but they're endangered in North Dakota. I ran, and there she was. I snapped a million pictures. What a beauty you are. Yes, pose, baby. From that day on, I started finding messages everywhere, in my textbooks or stuck to the bottom of my lunch tray, and they were all about bugs. I didn't think there would be someone else so into creepy crawlies like me. It's my perfect match, but why hide and seek? I was on a mission to figure out who was behind it. I spent all of my free time being a detective, chasing every suspicious person, setting up a secret camera in my locker, and even pulling an all-nighter at school.
You haven't caught the person yet, but it's pretty dreamy and funny. Show me the letter. From this, it seems like the person knows you pretty well.
I'm so sure this person is like my soulmate. I just have to find them.
Are you sure it's not one of our classmates?
There were only 2 handsome boys in my class. One was Alex, but no, he never smiled at me. And the other was John. He was kind, tall, and sporty. Could he be my secret admirer? My spider senses were tingling, but I needed proof. After all my hard work, I finally found it. One of the notes was scribbled on the back of a concert ticket for this sick local band. So I threw on a wig and a disguise and went to their next show. And John was there. I was right. It is you.
Hey, Reese, what are you doing here?
Drop the act, John. I know you're my secret admirer.
Yeah, I guess you caught me.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't think you'd like me back. To be honest, I liked you since you caught that spider on my desk 2 years ago.
So he likes insects too? Can he be any more perfect? And so we started going on dates. Our first date was at a local ice cream shop. He knew my favorite flavor was mint chocolate chip and he ordered it for me. Teaches you not to judge a book by its cover. But then, when we walked around school holding hands the next day, everyone was excited for us, except for Thomas.
What are you doing with him?
I'm dating him.
John, really? What do you even like about him?
Why should I have to tell you? But he's so romantic.
John couldn't recognize romance if it slapped him in the face.
I didn't care about what Thomas said, but soon I realized that dating your perfect secret admirer is harder than it looks. On the second date, John took me on a roller coaster, but I'm terrified of heights. I had to put up a brave front for John, but I screamed all the way down.
Wow, you won the loudest scream award.
Maybe next time we can go to the entomology museum. I've wanted to go for ages, but no one ever wants to come with me.
Sure, of course. Why not?
How did I get so lucky? John's the best boyfriend ever. But the following weekend, John called.
I'm sick. I can't come. The warrior wasps escaped. The museum's closed. Let's go paragliding instead. Private event. Hiking? The staff is on strike. Trapeze class?
Whenever I came home from hanging out with John, I felt like I'd been through a tornado.
Why don't you tell him you're afraid of heights?
I want to go to the museum with him, Mom. He's the only one who gets me.
Like you used to go all the time with Thomas?
Right. I'd forgotten about that. What a shame he turned out to be such a jerk. I realized that Thomas had stopped following me around since I'd started dating John. He barely talked to me at school. And then one day, I saw Thomas with, was that his new girlfriend? And why are her legs so long? Who cares, Reese? You have a boyfriend.
Are you okay?
Like a beetle rolling dung.
Like a what? Anyway, I was thinking maybe we could go climbing.
Climbing? What about the museum?
Next time, I promise, okay?
I was about to tell John about my fear of heights when I heard Thomas's new girlfriend laugh from behind me. And I don't know why, but something flared up inside me. But I kept calm and put all my focus back on John. Mama didn't raise a quitter. Maybe I'll find some rare bugs on the top of that mountain. But the next week, the weather turned for the worse. Big, fat, rainy clouds covered the sun. Are you sure it's safe to go?
Sure, I've done it a million times. I'll just see you there. I've sent you the coordinates.
So I packed my clothes and my butterfly net and followed John's instructions. When I arrived at my destination, it started raining, and all I could see was an old run-down cabin. John? But the cabin was empty. I turned and wham! The door closed behind me. I rushed to it, but it didn't budge. Someone had locked me in. I was afraid and worried for John, who wasn't replying to his phone. Soon, however, the rain turned into a thunderstorm. What if no one finds me? What if I'm locked in here forever? My teeth started clattering. And then, crash! The door flung open. I'm saved! John! Wait, Thomas?
Reese, you're all right.
It was you! You locked me in!
It wasn't me, I promise. It was John.
Liar!
No, I actually overheard him talking with his friends, and when I asked about you, he laughed, so that was enough for me. I just frowned at him, and he spilled out. He never really wanted to date you. It was revenge for all the times he got caught in our pranks, and especially that day when you accidentally smacked him and then he got the name Flatball from class. That made him furious, and he just wanted to even it out with you. He was gloating that he was just gonna leave you here for a bit.
But all those dates!
Come on, everyone knows you're scared of heights. You don't even step on a chair because it makes your head spin.
I didn't want to admit it, but Thomas was making sense, too much sense. But he sent me all those notes.
He heard you discussing it with your friend and decided to take advantage.
And how would you know all this?
Because I pay attention to you. I've never stopped paying attention to you.
I narrowed my eyes at him. Then I noticed his t-shirt. It was for the local band where I had met John, the one on my secret admirer's note. And if John had been lying, like a speeding Rubik's Cube, it all came together. You're my secret admirer?
It took you long enough.
But you hate me. I don't understand.
I never really hated you. In the beginning, I was trying to get back at you, it's true. But then last year, I started liking you, and I didn't know how to tell you, so I decided to organize one last prank.
How is drenching me in water a declaration?
The umbrella I had bought for you had I like you written inside, and I imagined you'd open it up and read it, but you took it and smacked John instead. After that, you were so angry with me, I thought you didn't want to talk to me again. So I tried giving you notes.
I facepalmed so hard I gave myself a bruise. Why can't boys just learn to talk? Instead, he decided to send me anonymous messages, and just when he planned to make a grand confession, John interfered with his plan.
Will you be my love bug?
Looks like you've wormed your way into my heart. And just when we were about to kiss, the rain stopped. Hey friends, I'm January from Seoul, and I'm a huge K-pop fan. I mean, who isn't? But I'm a super fan. Now, before I tell you my story, please like and subscribe. My parents were super cool lawyers, but they weren't the coolest parents. They were so overprotective about me, just because I was born premature. Like, I was fine now, get over it. But no.
No bicycle. It's the most dangerous ride.
No dancing in the rain, you'll catch a cold.
No, stay away from that puppy. It's full of germs and dirt.
Sleepover? No, never.
What if you get kidnapped or something?
I nicknamed them Mr. No and Mrs. Never. Growing up, K-pop was my only escape. I was crazy about K-pop bands. To Anyone, Girls' Generation, Big Bang. And then Dream was launched. As soon as I heard their first song, I was obsessed. And it was because of Dream I found my best friend. It all happened when I ended up wearing the same t-shirt as a guy on my first day in 8th grade. Whoa, I guess great minds really do think alike. Hello, Dreamer.
Greetings, my twin.
Ashton and I instantly bonded. We even built a fan page for Dream, which exploded faster than a popcorn kernel in a microwave, pulling in thousands of fans. One time in our senior year, some bullies started making fun of the K-pop posters on our lockers.
Are you two still in middle school, obsessing over K-pop groups? You both are so lame,
says the guy who cried in gym last week because his girlfriend was ignoring him.
You little, I told you to keep your mouth shut. Now look what you made me do.
With that, the bully ripped down the posters, and I lost it. I tackled him to the ground and pulled his hair hard. Right then, the gym teacher saw us and took us to the principal, and I got suspended. My parents were furious and blamed my obsession with Dream for it.
You're not allowed to listen to that band's songs anymore. The lead singer, Tanya, she's a bad role model for kids. Just last week, I saw on the news how she slapped one of her bandmates during a concert.
What does that have to do with me being suspended? You get so crazy over these K-pop bands. We've decided that after your behavior, we can't allow you to go to the Dream concert happening this weekend. We weren't too keen to send you in such a crazy crowd anyway. You're grounded. And then, Mom tore up my concert tickets. No. Oh my God, what did you do? I hate you both. I stormed off to my room, my blood boiling. I called Ashton and told him everything, and he promised to find a way for us to attend. On the night of the concert, just when I'd lost all hope, Ashton came to my room through the window with tickets in his hand. OMG! How did you manage to get them last minute? They must have cost a lot. Don't tell me you took the money from that piggy bank, the one you started back in kindergarten?
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Plus, it's totally worth it. I got us special meet and greet tickets too. I'm so excited.
Me too! My heart raced as we sneaked out and ran to the venue. But at the concert, the band's performance seemed really off. They weren't harmonizing and even kept bumping into each other. And then suddenly, Tanya smashed her guitar on stage, and her bandmates looked really frustrated. She can be such a drama queen.
Hey, you know I adore Tanya, but that's the truth.
After the concert, Ashton and I went for the meet and greet, but it turned out the band had canceled it. And suddenly, the fans got angry and went wild. They started running backstage, demanding to see the band members they had paid to meet. Chaos erupted, and fans, including Ashton, were grabbed by the guards. I ran and sneaked into a nearby van and hid under the seat. If they caught me and made me call my parents, it would be catastrophic. Moments later, the van door swung open, revealing a fuming Tanya. The show was a mess. The bands turned against me. They were so rude. As Tanya was climbing into the back of the van, I began to creep out from under the seat to escape, but Tanya saw me. Aha! Caught you. I'm calling security. No, please, look, I was part of the fans lined up for the meet and greet before things got crazy. I didn't want to cancel that. The band messed up. It's okay. I gotta go. No, nothing is okay. You know how tiring my life is? I'm exhausted with all these contracts, producers, and shows. I have no friends, my bandmates hate me, and now probably my fans too. I just need a break, but I can't even have that because the paparazzi are always on my butt. Hey, you're Tanya, a superstar. Ignore the haters and take that break. Run away for a while. Like it's that easy. But maybe I could run away. Hey, how about with you? Oh, no, that's not what I meant. That's a terrible idea. You stay right here. Bye! I rushed home before my parents noticed I was gone. I sent Ashton a text to let him know, crawled into my room through the window, and jumped into bed. But moments later, Tanya came in through the window too. You followed me? Why? I have nowhere else to go. Let me stay, please. Just then, Mom knocked on my door. I pushed Tanya into my messy closet and opened the door. January, I heard something. Achoo! You probably just heard me sneezing. Now, good night. Why are your clothes lying on the floor outside your cupboard? And how many times should I tell you to separate your underwear and keep them in the drawer? And why are you sleeping in the shirt I got you on your birthday? Gosh, your room smells like stinky socks. Mom, please, can you get off my back for once? I know you're upset because we didn't let you go to the concert, but that's no way to talk to— Good. I really don't want to talk right now. Good night. Once Mom left, Tanya jumped out of the wardrobe. OMG. Seriously? Your mom is so annoying. She reminds me of my nag manager. That's kinda rude. No, what's rude is that no one lets us have any freedom. We should have our fun without anyone breathing down our necks. Yeah, I guess you're right. Let's talk tomorrow. I need my beauty sleep. Saying that, she took the bed and made me sleep on the couch. The next morning, news of Tanya's disappearance was making headlines everywhere, and the police were on the lookout for her all over the city. Did you see this? Yeah, I love it. Fans and bandmates are worried sick. Tell everyone you're all right. Nah, people don't appreciate what they have till they lose it. Let everyone miss me a bit longer. Now, let's go out and have some fun. Of course, you'll have to arrange a disguise for me. But I have school. Skip it. Well, I did have a K-pop star asking me to spend a day with her, so yeah. I skipped school, made sure Tanya was unrecognizable, and then we went to the mall. While we were window shopping, we passed by a kid who was about to eat his ice cream, and Tanya stopped short. I want that. Okay, I can buy you some. No. I want that. His ice cream. It's the perfect ratio of chocolate to vanilla with my favorite toppings and sprinkles. Now here, boy, gimme it. I'm Tanya, the superstar. The boy refused to part with his ice cream and started yelling. Then Tanya knocked it out of his hand to the ground, grabbed me, and told me to run. What the heck was that? And are you trying to get attention by telling people who you are? Who would believe some stupid kid? Come on, let's check out some makeup. At Sephora, a sales girl was a bit rude to me, so Tanya messed up the arrangement of all the products on the shelves while the sales girl wasn't looking, then casually walked out. We both snickered as we saw her from outside, looking angry and confused at the mess. As we walked past a shoe store, I spotted these shoes I'd been eyeing for ages. You like those? Yeah, Mom won't get them for me because they're too expensive. Let's try them on. I tried on the shoes and they fit perfectly. They look amazing on you. You're taking them. Come on, the salesmen are busy. Just walk out casually and confidently. But no buts. Even though I felt super scared, Tanya convinced me to walk out of the store with them. I didn't realize I'd been holding my breath till we were on the other end of the mall. This is so wrong. Tanya, you're crazy. But I'm fun, right? I can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, you're really fun too. This was quite a thrill. The next day, Tanya made me skip school again, and this time I had a genius idea. I blindfolded Ashton and brought him to my room, and he nearly fell back in shock when he saw Tanya. Ashton, say something.
I'm just trying to work out why Tanya is here with you. Someone pinch me or punch me. I must be hallucinating.
Is he your boyfriend? He's such a weirdo. For the next few days, Ashton was like a love-struck puppy with Tanya. She seemed annoyed by him at first, but soon, she seemed to be enjoying his endless compliments and warmed up to him. And together, the three of us had the best week. But then, my parents got a letter from school about my week-long absence.
What is this? Where have you been going, January?
Are you in some kind of trouble? Mixing with the wrong kind of crowd? Are you on drugs? You guys are always expecting the worst from me. I feel like I'm trapped with you both. Just let me live my life. I ran to my room and closed the door, and Tanya and Ashton were already there through the window. As I cried, Ashton hugged me tight.
I know they can be harsh, but they're probably just worried.
Worried? Are you kidding me? They're just control freaks. Some people just love to boss around others.
No, they care about her.
She's right. It seems like their only goal is to control my life. And if you want to defend them, Ashton, I don't want to hear it. You're supposed to be 100% on my side.
Of course I am, but
just go, please. After Ashton left, Tanya listened sympathetically as I let out all my frustrations. Then we both decided to forget all about being good girls. I was almost 18. It was time to act my age. The next day, my folks dropped me off at school, clueless about my plan. I ditched classes and hit the local tattoo parlor with Tanya. But when Once we got there, I felt scared. It looks painful. Oh, come on. Nothing screams I don't care more than a tattoo. I'm not sure about this. Scaredy cat. Fine. How about a piercing then? I thought I was getting my ears pierced, but Tanya dared me to get a belly button piercing. I didn't want her to brand me a coward again, so I agreed. To my surprise, I kinda loved it. That's my girl, taking control of your life. Hell yeah! Tanya kept extending her stay, and I was happy about it. We were having a blast together, and I really wished Ashton was still hanging out with us, but he never replied to any of my texts and even blocked me on social media. One day, as Tanya and I were out at the mall, she went to the bathroom. I was sitting alone when I heard a familiar voice.
Can I sit here?
What do you want?
I've really missed you these past few days.
Have you? You didn't try to call me or message me, and even blocked me on social media. So petty.
What? I got messages from you to stay away.
I was so shocked when Ashton showed me those texts, but I'd never sent them. And guess what? It turned out Ashton's number on social media was blocked from my side, but I was 100% sure I never did that either. How is this possible?
Isn't it obvious? It's Tanya. She's playing some sick games. I could never stop being your friend. And Tanya keeps saying your parents are controlling, but she's been manipulating you herself all along.
Just then, Tanya appeared, looking furious. Don't listen to him, January. He's lying. Why would he lie? Oh, please. He's crazy. Can't you see how he looks at you? He's like some psycho lover, completely obsessed with you. He even admitted it to me, and I had to tell him that you're not interested, which totally pissed him off. I saved you from that jerk, trust me. You don't need him keeping you down and suffocating you with his possessiveness. I turned to Ashton, totally horrified. Ashton, you really have feelings for me?
That's the truth. My heart belongs to you, January, and I can't stand anyone getting close to you. You're like a drug to me.
Okay, I can't do this. This is ridiculous. Huh? What's so ridiculous? Look, Tanya, I'm a big fan, but Ashton being obsessed with me is stupid. I know my BFF inside out, and you tried to come between us. You are no longer welcome in my house, so please leave today. And I hope your band members do kick you out, because really, you are not a very nice person. Tanya stared at us, screamed in frustration, and stormed off. Ashton and I just high-fived and hugged. We walked back home. But there, we were in for a surprise. There were cops everywhere.
January, Ashton, you're under arrest for kidnapping Tanya.
What the what? My parents weren't home, and Ashton had no choice but to let ourselves be taken away in the police car. Oh gosh, they were gonna kill me when they found out everything. I was ready for the shouting of a lifetime when Mom and Dad reached the station, but they turned angrily to the police instead.
How dare you arrest our daughter and her friend? Seriously? You have them behind bars without evidence?
My parents were pretty good at being lawyers, and in no time, we were out of there. I told my parents everything, and they both hugged me. Mom, Dad, I should have come to you and told you Tanya was hiding out in my room.
No, I think this is our fault. We've always been so strict with you, you probably didn't feel comfortable coming to us and talking about it.
But we promise you, from now on, we won't be so strict. We will let you learn from your own experiences. It's how you become a better judge of character, too. And no matter what, we'll always have your back. The next day, there was a media frenzy outside my house. Turns out, Tanya had given an interview to TMZ about how she was kidnapped by psycho fans, and now the public wanted a piece of us. I knew I just had to confront that two-faced diva once. A couple of days later, Ashton and I found out from Tanya's Instagram stories that she was at a salon getting a manicure, so we rushed there and surrounded her. I treated you like a friend, gave you a place to stay, and this is how you repay me? By telling everyone I kidnapped you?
Why would you lie, Tanya?
Why do you think so? I needed to be the center of attention. Sweetie, no publicity is bad publicity. I'm all over the news these days. I have public sympathy because I was the victim of a fan kidnapping. Plus, it was awesome manipulating you. It took my mind off of other things, like you were literally a puppet in my hand. Anyway, now my stupid bandmates wouldn't dare kick me out either since I've already gone through so much. Go away now and let me enjoy my manicure in peace. I'll make you pay, Tanya. Yeah, like people will believe you over me. Don't embarrass yourself, January. Just leave. Or I'll spin some other lie and get you both arrested for good. Right then, Ashton and I started giggling, and he showed her his phone.
Oh yeah, say hi to your fans, Tanya.
We've been live for quite some time on your fan page. Just like that, everything was over for Tanya. Once the media found out the truth, she got kicked out of the band, and her fans turned against her. Next, she was canceled on Twitter. Then, my parents sued her for defamation and won the case too. The brat deserved it. Dream found an amazing new lead singer, and Ashton and I are still diehard fans. Don't let anyone manipulate you. Be your own boss.
I'm Adley from Boston. Please like and subscribe, because my story animated will give $1,000 to one lucky person in the next coming 7 days. My mom got pregnant many years ago after she married my dad, and they were both overjoyed to have a daughter. After my birth, they were waiting anxiously for me when the nurse walked in, looking nervous. I'm not sure if you want to see her. Oh my God. Is she ugly? I'm going to have a heart attack if she's ugly. I think she's a dwarf. Mom leapt forward and took me from the nurse, and Dad stared at me in horror. I was really tiny and ugly, like a frog. I'll have you fired, you moron. I don't care what my daughter looks like. She's mine, and she's beautiful. So what if she's a bit small? But as years went by and my progress was monitored by doctors, I was diagnosed with slower growth than most people, which meant I'd always look younger than I actually am. Mom didn't care, as long as I was healthy, but Dad couldn't handle it. How is it even possible? Everyone in my family is practically a basketball player. Be honest with me, woman. Is she even mine? Mom started screaming and throwing things at him, and he went running out of the door, and that's the last I ever saw of him. Once, when I was 6, Mom took me to a birthday party at her boss's house. I was really excited to meet other kids, but the minute they saw me, they all started staring and then laughing. OMG, just look at it. It's so tiny. With that, the birthday girl Brenda took my hairband off. Hey, give it back, you jerk. Catch it if you can, shorty. Come on, jump a little higher. Suddenly, I lost it. I climbed onto a chair and pounced on her, and we went crashing into the pile of birthday presents, which landed straight in the pool. As Brenda screamed, Mom's boss came running and went ballistic. Who is this out-of-control toddler? Where did she come from? That's my daughter, Adley. But you said your daughter was 6 years old. I don't know who this child is. I'm calling the police. Her boss just picked me up and started carrying me away. Oh my God, she's mine. But her crazy boss wouldn't let us go till the cops arrived. Of course, Mom was able to prove I was her kid, but she was so furious. She flung a piece of cake at her boss's face. I'm not working for you, psycho. I quit. Even though Mom was struggling to find a new job, she soon enrolled me in the best school around. On the first day, I was about to go inside the building when a giant limo almost bumped into me. Hey, are you blind? You could have hurt me. A girl got down from the car, and it was that awful Brenda. Ow! Shut up! You're hurting my ears! It's not our fault you're as tiny as an ant. Who can even see you? She spat on my shoes and walked off. And when I went to my classroom, I discovered she was in my class. Ugh! And all the kids were flocking around her like she was the queen of the school. Over the years, Brenda never failed to mock me. But it wasn't just her. It felt as if I walked into school every day wearing some ridiculous costume because someone was sure to point and laugh. Where's your lower half, shorty, buried in the ground? Which dwarf are you, sleepy, mopey, or grumpy? I was so sick of it all. So, in the 7th grade, I decided to do something about it. I Googled how to increase your height, and there were so many tips. One of them was hanging. I didn't have a pull-up bar, so I decided to stretch from a tree branch. But just as I stepped on it, it snapped under my weight, and I fell to the ground, hurting my leg. Oh, Adley, what are you doing? I just want to grow tall, Mom. Everyone else just keeps getting taller. What's wrong with me? Honey, there's nothing wrong with you. So what if you're not as tall as everyone else? It doesn't make you less smart or kind or beautiful. I waited so long to have you, Adley, and I wouldn't change a thing. You're perfect. Mom's words really stuck with me. It was okay to not be like everyone else. A few days later, when I was heading out for home, I suddenly saw the school bus leaving without me. I ran and waved and shouted, but it just went faster. The driver probably couldn't even see me. Just then, I tripped over something and fell face first into a muddy puddle. As I got up, I saw some kids on the side staring at me, and I snapped. What? What are you looking at? Didn't your parents ever tell you it's rude to stare? Is it so weird that I'm short, or do I have something on my face? To make things even worse, Brenda walked out just then, and she started cackling when she saw me. Ew, are you covered in poop, Adley? Because something sure stinks. I think it's your mouth, you awful witch. I attacked her, and she screamed. She managed to push me off and jumped onto a bench, but I bit her leg really hard. We were both sent to the principal's office, and our moms were called in. They were not happy to see each other. But worse, the principal said I would be expelled. What? You're going to expel my daughter? Well, ma'am, biting other students is unacceptable. And bullying is acceptable? Because my daughter's been getting bullied under your nose every day, and you've done nothing. I know why you're punishing Adley. It's because that woman is much richer than I am, isn't it? You wait and see. I'm going to sue you. Mom wasn't kidding. She did sue the school for not protecting kids from bullying, and the school board actually settled. They fired the principal, suspended Brenda for a month, and we got $100,000 as compensation. I had the best month of my life in school without Brenda. And then Mom and I took a fantastic trip to Europe over summer break. A few days before school was about to start, I came home from the library one evening and found a boy sleeping on my bed. Thief! There's a thief in my room! The boy suddenly jumped up, and I saw he was very tall and really cute. Just then, Mom came running and told me he was her friend's son, Andrew, from France. He'd be staying with us for a few months because he was here as an exchange student in my school. But why is he sleeping in my bed?
I guess I got the wrong room. Take a chill pill, tiny loser.
I hated him already. And for good reason. Andrew was so annoying. He left his giant shoes everywhere that I kept tripping over. He put all my snacks in the highest kitchen cupboard. And the worst, he hogged the TV remote all evening. One day, Mom had gone out, and it was just the two of us at home. We decided to order food, and he took over everything.
Yes, hello, McDonald's. I'd like one cheeseburger, extra large fries, and a Coke. And for my little friend, one Happy Meal. It comes with a toy, right?
I stared at him furiously as he just hung up. And then he switched on the sports channel. Hey, no, we're not watching football again. It's my turn. I want to watch my show.
Oh, that's not happening, dwarf girl.
I wasn't having it this time. I ran to the TV screen and hugged it, blocking his view. He kept yelling at me, and then suddenly leapt off the sofa and just picked me up. I kicked and screamed, but he just dropped me in my room and locked me in. Oh my God. How was I gonna stand him at home and at school? On the first day of 8th grade, I walked in with newfound confidence in my European wardrobe. Of course, Brenda gave me death glares all morning, but the rest gave me plenty of compliments. As I sat down in the cafeteria later, some kid who looked like a 5th grader joined me at my table and put a red rose next to me. What are you doing?
Oh, it's my first day here, and I'm already in love with you. You're so beautiful. I'm a little older than you, but that doesn't bother you, right? I'm marrying you as soon as I graduate high school.
What? This idiot thought I was younger than him? Just then, I spotted Brenda and her minions howling with laughter. OMG, this is epic. You guys look so cute together. You'll surely be the hottest new couple in school. But suddenly, Andrew pushed the kid aside and sat really close to me, kissing me on the cheek.
Hey, babe, I was looking everywhere for you. Oh, you got some mustard on your nose.
What are you doing?
Helping you just play along.
And well, I had to admit, the boy was a genius. I turned to look at Brenda, and her jaw was practically on the floor. What the? I mean, how do you two know each other? Oh, we met in Paris during summer break.
She had me at hello. Who wouldn't love this cute little cream puff?
Brenda stormed off angrily, and I immediately pushed Andrew away. Barf! But we decided to stick to this plan for a while, and my popularity was rising fast. I was the girlfriend of the hottest new jock in school. Suddenly, I was invited to all the cool parties. I had front row seats at all of Andrew's games. And when his team won the final football match, he picked me up and ran all over the stadium with me on his shoulders. Gosh, he was such a nut.
but I was actually having a really good time with him. Sometimes I even felt butterflies. On Valentine's Day, Andrew put a heart-shaped chocolate box next to me on the table at breakfast. No one can see us here, so what's with the chocolates?
They're just chocolates. Eat them, or whatever.
They're heart-shaped chocolates on Valentine's Day. Is that supposed to mean anything?
Do you want it to mean something?
No, of course not. Yuck.
Yeah, exactly. Forget it. I'll give them to someone else.
He picked up my box and stormed off. What a jerk. And why did I have these weird feelings for Andrew? He was so annoying. The next day when I went to school, Brenda was standing by my locker with a huge grin. I just knew it was too good to be true. What are you talking about? You and Andrew. I just didn't get it. This makes more sense. And with that, Brenda turned her phone to me and showed me a picture of a blonde girl with her arms around Andrew. And I felt a pang of jealousy. I just turned and started walking away. Aw, is your itty-bitty heart broken? He was obviously playing around with you. Everyone could see it. Why would someone like him want to be with a dwarf like you? You look like his kid. Maybe I'll ask him out. I'm prettier than this blonde girl. Do you really think calling me a dwarf hurts me now, Brenda? I've been hearing that stuff since the day I met you. I may not have grown much in inches since then, but I've certainly outgrown you. You don't bother me anymore, and I like myself just as I am. Go ahead, ask Andrew out, but trust me, he's gonna turn you down, because he knows what a small, petty, mean mommy's princess looks like. Suddenly, Brenda snarled and attacked me. As I was trying to push her off, I was pulled away by Andrew, and standing next to Brenda was the new principal.
You were given a strict warning last time, and I saw you attack this girl for no reason with my very own eyes. You're expelled, Brenda.
And with that, he angrily marched her away. That witch had it coming.
Adley, are you okay? What are you two fighting about?
Oh, just get lost. Go back to your dumb girlfriend.
What dumb girlfriend? I don't have one, but I'm trying to get one.
Yeah, go on then. Who's stopping you?
You idiot. I want you to be my girlfriend. I like you.
I stared at him in shock and then smiled. Oh, yeah, well, who wouldn't want a cute little cream puff like me? Andrew grinned, and I stepped onto a stool and pulled him in for a kiss.
Hi, I'm Carly, and this is my crazy story. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. I was born to a single mom who worked very hard to raise me and my twin sister Blake. Blake was born with a rare condition that impacted her kidneys, and she was always sick. Since mom was busy juggling things at home and work, it was my duty to look after Blake.
You can't eat milk with your hands. Drink it. Blake, don't chew on your gross shoes.
Even mom was extra paranoid about Blake, and she hardly paid attention to me. Like this one time when I was 6, mom had to leave for some urgent overnight office trip, and she dropped us off at the neighbor's place. These are Blake's medicines. You know she drinks chocolate milk before sleeping, and I've also packed her favorite pink night clothes.
Wait, where's my stuff?
The bag's too small to carry both your things, but hey, I packed your toothbrush. You'll be okay, right? I wanted to say no, but mom already looked tense, so I nodded and she left. Everything was going great, but right before bedtime, I went to get milk for Blake, and I heard a huge thud. I rushed to see Blake crying on the floor with a bleeding nose. Apparently, Blake was jumping on the bed with the neighbor's son, and he thought it would be fun to push her off of it. Thankfully, the injury wasn't big, but when mom found out, she went ballistic on me. Carly, I trusted you to look after her.
And I did. I was just getting her milk, like you asked me to. And she's okay, Mom. Everyone falls sometimes.
Your sister isn't like everyone else. After that day, Mom banned both me and Blake from participating in any extracurriculars at school or playing in the park afterwards like other kids. I was always stuck at home with Blake, so I never really got a chance to make new friends. And those at school joined clubs and got busier. I missed having a normal life, but Blake needed me more. Mom got more paranoid with time and took special care preparing food for Blake. I knew how tired she was, so I'd get by with frozen meals. And over time, I started taking comfort in junk food food, eating candy bars from the hospital vending machines while I sat in waiting rooms for hours. By 13, I was much bigger than most girls my age. One time, our aunt was visiting us and she hadn't seen me and Blake in a while. Look, I bought you girls matching outfits. Go on, try it. I'll just wear it later. What are you saying? Come here. Aunt pulled me to her and tried her best to fit me into the dress, but it barely got past my neck. I was so embarrassed, I went to my room and didn't come out till Aunt left.
Don't be so sad now. So what if you're a little bigger?
Easy for you to say. You don't have to wear clothes 3 times your age.
You're thinking too much. Here, I got you these. Blake's health improved as we got older, and by 16, she was much better and put on medication to manage her condition.
Soon after, Mom got married, and a year later, she delivered my twin brothers, Jake and Jonah. I was happy for Mom, but I could tell Blake wasn't adjusting so well.
I want to pluck out my ears, they cry so much.
I know for a fact Jonah hates me. He farted and gave me the stink eye. That one's a devil. I knew Blake didn't mean that. She just missed Mom since she was busier than ever. And I tried my best to make Blake comfortable, but she was constantly throwing tantrums and hardly ever helped me take care of the boys. Jonah pooped his pants again. Quick, hand me a nappy. Right. What's that? Forget it. Can you just warm up the milk? Actually, I don't feel so well. I'm getting a headache in my stomach. A stomach in my headache. You get the point, right? And when I asked Mom to hire a babysitter, she just gave me a lecture on money and expenses. My grades were getting affected too, and I was an overall mess. I knew it had something to do with my eating habits, so I started taking care of my health. I went for runs, ate better, and over time, I could see the results. One day I was jogging when I saw someone taking my picture, hiding in a bush. I caught him by the collar and dragged him out. What do you think you're doing?
I just thought you were pretty. I'm good at taking pictures. Here, have a look.
Wow, that's me? Yeah, whatever. But you should be asking me first rather than acting like a creep.
I get it. I'm sorry. Can I make it up to you with some coffee?
Fine, but I want a copy. Deal. Eli and I went to a coffee place close by and hit it off instantly, and soon we became good friends. He was into filmmaking and would always have his camera around his neck. Watching him, I got interested and tried my hand at handling a camera too, and it was love at first sight.
Okay, so that's how you focus. Now look at that sunset. Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, you know so much about the camera. It's really fascinating.
I've always wanted to make movies, and I love the ocean too. I'll tell you a secret. I'm part mermaid.
Oh yeah? Prove it. Eli got up from the rock he was sitting on and started doing an awkward dance, flapping his arms like fins. Okay, I believe you.
Well, good, because I was afraid I'd have to splash you with my tail.
Really? That was on your mind?
Well, that and something else.
With that, Eli jumped down and pulled me in for the most magical kiss. Eli and I started dating soon after, and I decided to make him finally meet Blake. So the next time he invited me out, Blake tagged along, but the moment she saw him, she burst out laughing. Oh my God! Where did you get that shirt from? Your grandpa's closet?
Actually, yeah, he has a really good shirt collection. Do you like it? I can get you one.
Ew, no thank you. I'd rather wear a tent than slip into something so cringe. Come on, Blake, that's not very nice. What? I'm kidding. I'm sure Ebola can handle a few harmless jokes.
Eli.
Blake made it painfully obvious that she didn't want Eli around, and even though Eli kept his cool, I knew she made him uncomfortable. Then one time, Eli invited me and Blake to the launch of his dad's new restaurant. I appreciated the effort he was making with her, and I hoped she would too. But I was so wrong, because minutes into the event, Blake threw a massive tantrum over pickles. What do you mean you're out of pickles? Pluck them from a tree or something. Could you please keep it down, Blake? Everyone is staring. So, you care about all these fancy people, but not your sister? No one understands me. I just had a very big lobster, and I feel like throwing up. You know pickles calm me down. This is such bad customer service. Hey, you have pickles, and you, and you. And then she started taking pickles off of everyone's plate till Eli intervened and dragged us outside.
What's the matter with you, Blake?
What? It's not my fault your party sucks. At least I brought some entertainment to it. Blake, let me handle this. Eli, I'm really sorry for the mess, but
what? Your sister's not normal.
And you are? You're so boring, if someone stole your identity, they'd give it up, because it sucks.
You really need to watch your tongue.
And you need to watch your hands around my sister. Guys, please. Before I could say another word, Blake started hyperventilating and fainted. We immediately took her to the hospital, where the doctors told me that she passed out from anxiety and high blood pressure. Thankfully, she was out of danger.
I'm really sorry about Blake, but that girl's out of control. You've got to draw a line somewhere.
You saw what happened, Eli. You can't just scream at her like that. She's my sister.
I can't be around her, Carly. This is going to be a problem.
I wanted to stop Eli, but there was nothing more I could say. Blake was my sister, and she came first. I didn't meet Eli for a few days, and a week later, he told me that one of his movies that I'd helped him with had gotten selected for a local film festival. He wanted me to come, but Blake was still recovering, and I couldn't leave her alone. But when he came back, he told me something shocking.
Everyone loved the movie, Carly. One of the biggest film schools in New York wants to take us both in on full scholarship. How amazing is that?
I don't know what to say, but I don't think Mom would let me go to New York, Eli.
You're a great filmmaker, Carly, and you should give it a fair shot. And think about it. You could finally live your life on your terms. God knows you need it.
I was numb for a second, and then I felt like someone gave me new wings. It did sound like an amazing opportunity. All I had to do was convince Mom, but when I told her, she looked at me like I'd asked her for her kidneys.
Have you gone crazy? You can't move to New York. Your life is here with me and Blake. I applied to this marine biology course on behalf of both of you, and you guys got in on scholarship. This was always the plan, and it's the right one.
But that's not what I want to do. I want to make movies. I'm really good at this. Everyone says that. Everyone or Eli?
Who's Eli?
Just this dumb boy she's dating. I'm sure he's the one who's filled your head with this sawdust. How can you even think about leaving me? I just want to do what I want for once. Can't you give me a few years from my own life?
Oh, stop being so dramatic. And not another word about this movie business, Carly. You'll stay here with us. Is that clear?
Mom left and I turned to Blake angrily. You couldn't take my side for once? What did I do? Oh, you mean telling Mom about Eli? I don't think she even noticed. I left the room angrily and didn't speak to Mom or Blake for the next few days. I thought I could confide in Eli, but suddenly he was acting really cold. Every time I tried to talk to him, he would turn the other way, till one day I finally cornered him after class. Am I imagining things or are you ignoring me?
Neither. I'm just busy.
So, I told my mom I want to make movies and she went bonkers, but
look, Carly, you and your family have issues and I don't want to get in the middle of it. Do whatever they say.
But you told me to live my life. You said...
Yeah, I did. And now I'm saying I don't care. You'd choose your clown sister over everything. I've seen that. So good luck, but I don't think I can be with you anymore.
Eli, wait!
Tell your sister she won.
I felt frozen in my place as Eli walked away, and a week later, he left for New York. I couldn't believe he'd just dumped me like that. I felt so bummed out that I didn't come out of my room for days, and Blake was the biggest pain in the butt. Come on, we need to go shopping. It's painful to watch you in those pajamas. I'm not in the mood, but I am. Also, we'll have a nice lunch, watch a movie, just like old times. I said I'm not in the mood. Back off. Jeez, why are you so snappy? Because of that stupid boy? He wasn't stupid. I loved him, Blake, and now he's gone. Because I chose you over him, like always. And you don't care about my feelings, like always. Carly, just leave me alone. Blake left with a small face, and I felt kinda bad, but I was too mad to go after her. The next day, I calmed down a bit and was about to call Blake when her phone started buzzing like crazy. I picked it up, and I was shocked to see it was Eli. Before I could answer, the call got disconnected and a text message appeared. I did what you wanted, leave me alone. My mind went blank, and I opened the call logs on Blake's phone to see multiple calls to Eli. Suddenly, it all started making sense. Of course Blake must have driven Eli away. No one hated him more than her. What's this? You don't understand. Oh, I understand everything perfectly. You asked Eli to dump me so you and Mom could use me as your servant all my life, right? Before Blake could even say more, I pushed her out and slammed the door in her face. I started packing my bags and stormed downstairs, only to run into Mom. What's wrong? Is Blake okay? Yes, she's fine, but I'm not, and I haven't been fine for a while now. But you don't care, do you? Of course I do, sweetie. Why would you say that? Because you never have. Not since we were kids. Carly, I knew you could take care of yourself, and you were the healthy one. And Blake, no, Mom, I was eating my feelings, and you didn't even see that. I got back to being healthy on my own. And you've stunted both my growth and Blake's. Hers by over-coddling her, and mine by always holding me back to be her guardian. And now, I'm done. I will go to New York because I want to get away from you and Blake, and you can't stop me. I left home and booked a flight to New York. On my way, I called Eli and explained everything to him. He told me that he was proud of me for taking a stand for myself and welcomed me with open arms. We moved in together, and I was doing really well in my classes. Mom and Blake tried getting in touch with me multiple times, and even though I missed them, I needed my space. Eventually, they stopped calling. After graduation, Eli proposed to me, and I said yes. Life was going great, till one day I heard a knock on the door and opened it to see Blake and Mom. What are you guys doing here? Eli called us and told us about the engagement. Carly, I have a confession. It was me who convinced Eli to break up with you, not Blake. Wait, what? Eli never told me that it was Mom behind everything. I didn't want to stress you out more. I could see you missed your family, and this would have made you sad. But I saw the call logs and the messages on Blake's phone. I'd actually been calling him to apologize, but I guess he thought both me and Mom wanted him to dump you. And I don't blame him. I was always awful to Eli. I guess I was just terrified of being on my own without you, but I drove you further away. I'm sorry too, my baby. I'd just become used to having you around, always taking care of everything. And the thought of you going away for college crushed me. I was selfish and always burdened you with too much. I hope you can find a way to forgive me. Thank you for finally acknowledging that. It might take me a while to really forgive you, but I'll get there. I won't lie. I have missed you guys. Then let's start with a hug.
I was just a month into my freshman year at college, and I never in a million years would have guessed that the night I was pinned against the bleachers of the school football field by bullies was the night that would change my life forever. Well, Sydney, you have two choices. You can kiss my shoe or lose your hair. I have a rule that I never kiss cheap shoes. Now get away from me. Oh, look, she's gonna cry. I have a lot of practice holding in my tears, and these bimbo bullies weren't gonna break me. Hair grows back. I guess you've made your choice then. After they threw me to the ground, I prepared myself for what was coming, but a voice boomed from behind them.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Leave her alone.
The girls turned around and sprinted away. The person walking toward me was silhouetted by the field's lights, so I couldn't see him. When he got close and helped me up, I saw who it was, and my jaw nearly fell off my face.
Are you okay? Did they hurt you?
It was Ian Gallagher, the son of the president. He also just started at my school and was the image of perfection. Flowing blonde hair, a chiseled jaw, and deep green eyes. Other than my pride? No, but there wasn't much of that to begin with, so I'm good. Thank you.
Maybe you and Sydney should go get some food, Ian.
Who was this guy, and how did he know my name?
Yes, absolutely. Are you hungry? Joe Jr.'s Diner is just up the street. I'm Todd, Ian's assistant. Our driver will be happy to take you and then bring you back to your dorm room afterward. Right, Ian? Yeah, absolutely. Please stop saying absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, right.
I wasn't sure what was happening here, but whatever it was really frickin' weird.
Okay then, shall we go so you two can eat and get acquainted?
Can you two hold on for just a minute? I need to pause this here. As you already guessed, my name is Sydney, and it would be awesome if you clicked like and subscribe. And while you do that, I'm gonna fill you in on some quick backstory. I grew up in a huge house with everything a girl could want. Giant stuffed animals, so much chocolate that Willy Wonka would be envious, and an arcade packed with every video game that ever existed. There was only one thing missing: my parents. Sure, I had an amazing nanny who hated children and would lock me in my room when she wanted to be left alone. But all I wanted was to spend time with my mom and dad. They ran an international hotel business and traveled the world visiting their properties. Even when they were home, all they would do was criticize me and compare me to others, like my spoiled brat of a cousin who screamed whenever she didn't get what she wanted, or their friend's daughter who was forced to perform at the most ridiculous beauty pageants, or even the little girl on the cereal commercial who ate the cereal, acting like it was the best thing ever.
That little girl appreciates her life. I've never seen you enjoy your cereal that much, Sydney.
I felt so bad about myself that I developed this nervous facial tic where I would squeeze my eyes shut and then open them really wide. Yeah, weird facial tics are like catnip for bullies at school. And when you're the smartest kid in class, it just adds to their joy when they stuff you in the garbage can. So I kept to myself and didn't care about my appearance because there was no point. No makeup, big glasses, and my hair in a bun. I looked like a mini version of the school librarian. Okay, I did have one friend, Monty. We were friends since kindergarten because he was as awkward as me. He was also really smart and had asthma, so he was always walking around sucking on his inhaler. Also catnip for bullies. Okay, that's enough backstory. I think you get it. I thought college would be better, but clearly I was mistaken. Once an outcast, always an outcast, it seems. Now, back to the night I met Ian, because it just gets weirder from here. He took me to the diner, but our table was guarded by his two big, serious-looking Secret Service agents. His tiny assistant, Todd, sat in the booth across from us, just staring.
Sorry about all this. It must be really weird for you, Sydney.
This? Weird? Nah, I'm used to it. Happens every time I meet a president's son. He laughed. Someone actually thought I was funny besides me. And then he leaned in.
Just imagine that your whole life is like this. It was manageable when I was a minor because the media left me alone. But now that I'm 18 and my father is running for re-election, it's like every move I make is under a microscope. Sometimes I just want to disappear.
In a weird way, I completely understood. I felt the same way, except I always wanted to disappear. Just then, reporters swarmed into the diner and started taking photos of us. Todd signaled for us to smile, so I did, but I had absolutely no idea what was happening.
Okay, that's enough. Everybody out.
Why do they want pictures of me with the president's son? My own parents didn't want pictures of me.
I think it's time you head back to your apartment, Ian. If it's okay with Sydney, I'd like to stay and chat some more.
Considering all the insanity of the last couple of hours, the one thing that didn't feel completely nuts was the connection I had with Ian. It's like we instantly got along. I'd like that.
Yeah, no. Sorry, we're leaving. Car's waiting outside to take Sydney home, so it's time to say goodnight.
I couldn't believe how Ian's assistant was treating him like a child. And then I felt something touch my hand underneath the table. Ian slipped me a piece of paper with his cell number. But then, Tiny Todd stuck his face in mine.
Listen to me carefully, Sydney. Under no circumstances are you to try and make any contact with Ian unless you check with me first. Is that clear?
Sure.
Good girl. And if he or the press tries to talk to you, you call me.
Wow, this little man just good-girled me. Yeah, no. Maybe I won't feel like it.
Well then, I'll make a single phone call and have you expelled, which I will also do if Ian learns about this conversation. So we're gonna keep this between you and me, right?
I was frozen. If I got expelled, my parents would disown me. All I wanted to do at that moment was to wrap my fingers around Todd's throat and choke him. But instead, I just nodded. When I got back to my dorm room, the first thing I did was call Monty. Yeah, we both applied to and got into the exact same colleges. And then, like the weirdos that we are, we chose to go together.
That's crazy. So you hit it off with Ian Gallagher, like for real?
I wouldn't say we hit it off, but I feel like we kind of get each other.
You mean like you and me?
Yeah, but the difference is, he's the president's son. But why me?
Because you're amazing, Sydney. You're like the smartest person I know. You're funny, you're
not deserving of Ian's attention, that's for sure.
That's not true. You're deserving of anyone's attention.
You're just saying that because you're my best friend. I want to call him, but I'm scared his tiny jerk assistant will find out and get me expelled.
So, don't let him find out.
I stared at the number on the piece of paper for like an hour before I got the courage to call Ian. And then, late that night, he snuck out of his apartment and picked me up.
I am so glad you called. Now hold on to me.
They let you have a motorcycle?
Nope. They have no idea.
And then we sped down the road, and it was thrilling. I actually had to pinch myself to believe that I wasn't dreaming. We raced up to a narrow, twisting road to a spot that looked out over the city below. Wow, this view!
I found this spot when I first got to school. I needed a secret place to get away from everything. My dad, his re-election campaign, Todd.
He was so sincere. When he looked into my eyes, I thought I would melt into a big puddle. He's such a jerk.
He really is.
Why do you let him treat you like that? Why don't you just fire him?
I wish I could. My dad hired him to manage me, and now you're in it too. I'm so sorry.
What do you mean I'm in it too? He then handed me a copy of the morning newspaper. On the front page was a photo of Ian and me at the diner with the headline, Ian Gallagher's new college girlfriend? I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
If you never want to see me again, I totally understand. This is my life, but it doesn't have to be yours.
I had spent my whole life avoiding attention, and here I was, about to be on the front page. My instinct was to run away as fast as I could, but Ian needed someone, and for some reason, that someone was me. We just sat on a rock and talked and laughed for hours, but as the sun came up, Ian looked at his watch and panicked.
Oh no, they're gonna be looking for me. We have to go, now.
We sped down the road, but suddenly there were flashing lights behind us. It was the police. At that moment, I knew I was gonna get expelled. My life was officially over. But instead of being pulled over, Ian floored it. We raced down the road away from the police car. Forget about being expelled. I was going to jail. Ian pulled behind a tree and shut off the motorcycle lights. We watched as the police car sped by. My heart was racing, but Ian looked at me, and we both just burst out laughing. The next day, when the papers came out, I walked through campus, and everyone at school was just staring, including the 3 bullies. All I could do was smile. For the first time ever, I cared about how I looked. Monty went with me to get a prescription for contact lenses, then to the salon to get my hair done, and finally to Sephora to get a makeover.
Listen, Sid, something feels off about this whole thing with Ian.
Wow, is somebody getting jealous because someone else is taking up my attention for once?
No, that's not it at all. You said it yourself. Why did Todd know your name?
But I wasn't listening. All I could think about was seeing Ian again, and then the cosmetologist turned my chair around. So, how do I look? That bad, huh?
You're beautiful.
I hugged him as hard as I could. I don't know what I would have done without him all these years. For the next few months, Ian and I snuck out nearly every night and went on crazy adventures. We went to a closed amusement park and turned on one of the rides, did a Ouija board in an abandoned house, and went for a midnight swim in the park fountain. During the day, I struggled to stay awake in class, and my grades went down, but I didn't care. I was falling in love. I was so caught up in Ian that I barely ever saw Monty anymore. I didn't even care that Todd kept posing us for the press. Until one day, when things took a dark turn, Todd had Ian and I meet.
Well, look at you 2 lovebirds. It just warms my heart.
I didn't know you had one of those, Todd. Every day there's a new surprise. Ian tried to contain his laughter, but Todd was not amused.
When the press gets here, Ian, I want you to kiss Sydney.
Ian and I hadn't kissed yet, which I thought was strange, but I felt like he was just taking it slow. Then, out of the corner of my eye, I saw Monty sitting alone on a bench eating his lunch.
Is that necessary, Todd? Of course it's necessary, Ian. And I want you to kiss her like you mean it. Understand?
What the heck was that supposed to mean? Why wouldn't he mean it? And like clockwork, Ian's bodyguards ushered a dozen reporters over to us. But Ian looked so uncomfortable. He gave me the most awkward, quick kiss. Now, I'm no kissing expert, but I would have to say it was pretty terrible. I looked over and Monty was gone. Ian and I got to the back seat of his limo. Todd got into the front and just exploded.
What the hell was that? I'm sorry, Todd. I'll do better. For your father's sake, you better.
For your father's sake? What does that mean, Ian?
What does it matter to you, Sydney? You're not bullied anymore. People admire you, which I'm guessing is a first. So be a good girl and keep your mouth shut. Hey, don't talk to her like that. Or what, Ian? You gonna fire me?
I was waiting for Ian to defend me, but he just went quiet. When I opened the door to my dorm room, Monty was waiting. I had given him his own key at the start of the year. I was so happy to see him. Monty! But that happiness didn't last long.
You're being played, Sid.
Played? Oh, stop it, Monty.
You and Ian? It's a setup because his father is running for re-election, and Todd was hired to craft his image for the public.
You're just jealous because I fell in love and I'm spending my time with someone else. And then, Monty held up a printed photo of Ian embracing another boy.
I did some digging, and this was Ian's high school boyfriend.
Boyfriend? You're saying that Ian is...
Yes. I'm so sorry, Sid. and they're using you to give off the image that he's straight, so it doesn't affect his father's re-election campaign.
Wow, Monty, you are pathetic. I was a loser until I met Ian, and you're just upset that you're still one. I can't believe I was ever friends with you. Now get out. Monty looked like I just slapped him as I slammed the door in his face. That night, when Ian picked me up, I told him I wanted to go to our spot on the cliff overlooking the city.
I'm so sorry about today, Sydney. The pressure to perform in front of the camera just...
Before he could finish, I held up the photo. Have you been lying to me, Ian?
Where did you get that?
Who cares where I got it? This is the reason why you've never kissed me, isn't it?
Todd says if the world finds out about this, my father will lose.
I was furious at myself. Monty tried to warn me, but I didn't listen. And now I've probably lost him forever. But it all suddenly made sense. Right. Choose a girl with low self-esteem who wouldn't question what was happening, who would be so thrilled with the attention that she would just go with it. And these adventures at night, were they part of it?
Not at first, but the police officer that first night ID'd me, and Todd thought it was a great idea to keep them going. He threatened to tell my dad if I told you. I am so sorry, Sydney. I never wanted to hurt you.
Your dad doesn't know about you?
No. That was the only photo ever taken of my boyfriend and me in high school, and Todd found it too.
Goodbye, Ian.
Sydney, you need to see this through until the election. My dad is coming to campus tomorrow, and if you're not there, Todd will have you expelled.
Doesn't matter. I'm dropping out anyway. I'm done. Ian dropped me off in front of my dorm, and I turned to him one last time. If you want to live your life trying to be someone you're not just to prove yourself, it will crush you. Trust me. The next morning, my face was puffy from crying. I loaded up my car with all my stuff and was preparing to head home, back to a life where I wasn't worth anything, back to face the judgment of my parents who already thought so little of me. I got into the car and tried to close the door, but it didn't budge. Monty was standing there holding it. What are you doing here?
Stopping you from making a huge mistake?
Didn't you already try that?
Yeah, well, that's what best friends do, right?
And then I just lost it. I am so sorry. I was such a huge jerk. Why do you even want to talk to me after those horrible things I said? I don't deserve you.
Because I love you, Sid. I always have. Why do you think I chose this school? It was to be with you.
And then he kissed me with a passion that I had never experienced before. My body felt like it was plugged into an electrical outlet.
The president's about to speak. Shall we go watch?
Why would I want to watch? And so we went to the football stadium, where Ian was standing on the stage next to his father. Todd was standing behind them.
And as I stand on the cusp of the next presidential election, I want to hand the mic over to my son Ian, who means more to me than anything in the world. During my dad's first election, nobody paid attention to me because I was only 14 years old. But now that the world is paying attention, I want them to meet my true love.
And suddenly, the boy from the photo walked onto the stage. The whole stadium burst out into applause. It was incredible. And then Ian turned and hugged his father. Todd looked horrified. After the speech ended, the Secret Service let Monty and me backstage, just in time for Todd to walk out.
I hope you enjoyed your time here, Sydney, because you're as good as expelled. Nah, but you're as good as fired, Todd.
Ian walked over, and for the first time, Todd looked terrified.
You can't fire me, but I can. Mr. President, I was only doing this for you. Who told you to do that? You harassed my son for years and misused the power I gave you. Get him out of here.
And the Secret Service dragged him away, kicking and screaming. It was glorious. I forgave Ian, and 4 years later, he and his boyfriend became the best men at Monty's and my wedding, at the White House. My parents were there, glowing with pride, but winning their approval didn't matter to me anymore. I was happy that at least they were there. And finally, I was just happy being me.